Welcome back to another episode of Edge of Midnight. We would absolutely love it if you would like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check that bell so you never miss an episode. And of course, while you're doing that, I'm going to read some comments from last week's episode right now. Quote number 1. I laughed way too hard at Briggsy's rich people voice. Me too. That's hard. Quote number 2. I literally can't keep up with you guys. You're providing me with an infinite number of binge watching hours. That's the plan.
That's a lot.
We try.
We can't keep up with it.
Quote number 3. Our electricity went out as I was watching, and I fully thought Nikki summoned something paranormal to also get the viewers.
Who's saying I didn't?
Number 4, and this is probably one of my favorite comments of all time forever. I have never been more confused while watching a YouTube video. What the hell is any of this about? Someone must have gotten lost and ended up on our video, so thank you for watching, random viewer. We're playing Dungeons & Dragons, and I hope that you can appreciate it. Mike very helpfully commented that maybe they should start with episode 1. Good luck to you, and thank you for being here. As always, be sure to leave your own comment on the comments below, and maybe yours will be read next week. We absolutely appreciate you watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you can do so by becoming a channel member here on YouTube. You can go check out our merch shop and see all the awesome stuff that we're selling. You can become a patron over on Patreon to enjoy Shroud over Saltmarsh, the campaign you can only watch there. And lastly, go to thecrookedmoon.com to pre-order your copy of The Crooked Moon today.
We are Legends of Evantris. This is Grimm's Day, and we will see you in the mist. Nightmares are never pleasant, although they are often memorable. And the worst kind of nightmare is when you know you're dreaming but just can't seem to wake up. It's that feeling of powerlessness where you just know something awful is going to happen but you can do nothing to stop it. So what does it mean when you have that terror in someone else's dream, I wonder? You are standing in the garden room in Chateau Clair de Lune. The dreams from the night prior still linger at the edges of your mind, but they're not at the forefront of your thoughts, or they hadn't been, until Adella in her bouncy state mentioned that she too had nightmares last night. As she leans forward and takes a couple of tea cakes off of the tray and refills her tea as she begins to fill up your cups. There are tufted seats all around this small tea table that she's sitting at as she bubblingly and bouncily jumps onto the chair, crosses one leg over the other, and begins to tap her foot along to the sounds of a vitrola playing on the other side of the room.
Oh gosh, I'm just so glad to see that you're all doing all right. Sleeping for 24 hours really isn't good for you, even in a land of pure night, you know. I was quite worried.
Hey, you may have needed the rest. You had
I'm
quite
talking about you. You slept for 24 whole hours. A whole day went by.
But you were not asleep during this time?
Oh no, I was awake in and out. I have recurring nightmares, and I was dealing with them quite a lot last night, so it's nothing I'm not familiar with. Plus, you know, I got really hurt in that house.
I was
so my
gonna
whole
say.
body was trying to heal and stuff, so it makes sense that my mind would be a little bit damaged too.
Are you, okay? Because, last time we saw you, your leg was at a right angle.
What, I don't
the middle
look
of your
all
leg,
right?
not your knee.
Look at me, Briggsy. I'm all patched up.
That's pretty cool.
If you don't
Magic,
mind
you
my
know.
asking, who healed you? Is there a someone who practices healing here in the chateau, or is there?
Oh yeah, of course.
Philip, perhaps?
Well, Philip heals me in his own way, He stayed next to me the same all night long, and he brushed my hair for me. He made sure that I had warm food to eat and that I had drinks, and I was always refreshed. He's just the best. But no, if it comes to the actual magic you're talking about, of course we've got physicians on staff. And because we've got the masquerade coming up, we've got some of the best physicians in Edwardia.
Oh.
Gosh, and you got someone who cares about you so much that whilst you're convalescing, they cater to your every need, never leave your bedside.
Well, he has to sometimes. He's very busy.
That sounds mighty nice. If you don't mind me asking, Miss Adella, may we sit down and join you?
Oh yeah, of course. I poured you all tea.
Thank you. That's
We've
very kind of you.
got about an hour. Philip's out doing, businessy things. He's a businessman. He's got to do what he's got to do, And so he's out doing that. And we're going to have tea. And then when he comes back, we're going to spend some time together, just him and I. It's a birthday tradition.
Oh.
But in the meantime, ask me anything you want. Drink your tea, have some tea cakes.
Well, happy birthday.
There's some finger sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Gosh.
Oh, you spilled your tea, Briggsy. Be careful.
Sorry.
I'm sorry
Used
you
to
got...
this.
I think we got you set up for cotillion later today, so we'll get all that ironed out.
I look forward to it. Thank you for the
But
gesture.
you're welcome.
To make sure that we are as prepared for the evening as possible.
Of course. And the masquerade. We've got some big players showing up for that, and they're going to want to meet you.
About that, can you tell us who's on this guest list that we are so looking forward to meeting?
Oh, too many people to name, but there's going to be at least all of the heads of the provinces are going to be here. And that includes your friends, Maggie McDuff and little Colette. I'm sorry, Brixie, would you mind slurping a little bit quieter?
Oh, is that rude?
I know you got the long snout and everything, but we're trying to have a civilized conversation,
I don't
darling.
really have much. What lip I had is a bit rotten away, so
I
I'm
can
sorry.
see that. I can see that. If you need, I can get you a ladle or something.
No, listen.
Gosh, Briggsy, you used to have lips.
Well, at one point, I didn't always look like this. It's the whole fucking point of my character development.
It's really hard. It's really hard to sip on tea. It's easier to just go down the hatch. Anyways, I'm very mighty looking forward to meeting all the fine lords and ladies. We're awful sorry about what happened to Lord Renaud on account of us killing him, and on account of him being a terrible traitor. Serving Mother Midnight right under the nose of Lord Philip and yourself, notwithstanding.
And Jericho, it's great that you're saying that and you're feeling that way and everything, but maybe we don't talk about that at the masquerade. Because it could kind of dampen the mood if everyone was like, oh, wow, here are these friends of Adella and Philip, and guess what? They killed one of us. That would be really awful.
Were they all friends of Lord?
Oh, no, but I'm sure that it wouldn't make them feel very comfortable thinking that you waltzed into one of the provinces here and just killed one of the leaders.
Oh.
And to be honest,
Gosh.
I'm gonna tell you, Philip's really busy today because the Iron Maiden's here from Edwardia, and apparently things are going really, really poorly in Edwardia right now. And of course, we all know it's on accounts of Mother Midnight and her coven. But that's not common knowledge throughout all of Druskenwald, and we don't want to spook everyone, We don't want to make them scared.
That was going to be my question. Do not fear, we will not mention it to anyone, especially during such a wonderful occasion, but I was curious how the other leaders of this area feel about what's going on, but it sounds as if they don't know.
Oh, it's not that they don't know. They obviously know that there's been a leadership change. We had to warn them that, a little girl was going to be taking up residence as the leader of all the Folsons, and that obviously Maggie McDuff was going to be there to help them. So there's a lot to be told. It's just what we tell them is, it's all politics. You don't need to worry about it. I'm sure Phil will, catch you up to date at dinner.
Fascinating.
So, do they know that, we're sort of working for old Philly?
Well, they know you're friends of the Druskenbolds.
So is it possible that, they find out that we're the ones that killed old Renault? That, they
Oh,
think
yeah,
maybe it
most
was like
likely,
a
for sure.
political assassination hired by the Lord of the Land? And, maybe that'll cause some sort of unrest or strife?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm sure it's not going to worry. Phil's got everything under control. He always does.
And if that happens, Briggsy, we can just say, oh, it's all a big misunderstanding. He was actually a traitor who turned into a giant gargoyle, flying to the moon to hatch it like a fucking egg. Oh, pardon me. To hatch it like an egg, and on account of 6 giant demons, or I suppose there were 7 giant demons underneath the cathedral, and he was actually serving Mother Midnight the whole time. I'm sure they'll believe that.
This is such a bummer of a birthday tea. Why are we talking about all this sad stuff right now?
You're right. Happy birthday. Good tea, this. Is this that Darjeeling shit? Stuff?
No.
Oh.
It's
I
Earl
can't
Grey.
really taste it, so I'm just guessing. It's what? Earl Grey?
Yeah, it's made with the bergamots.
Oh, is this still some of that Lockwood tea reserve?
Oh, no, of course not.
Okay.
We're not going to travel all the way out there for their bergamot plants, and we've got our own in the backyard.
Oh, gosh, okay.
We have an orchard of all kinds of things. It's amazing.
Are you looking forward to having these guests?
Oh, yeah, party's going to be wonderful. We haven't had a party in a long while. There's nothing better than it, And especially this time of year. I get a little sad around my birthday because, well, I don't know if you could tell this, but I'm a daddy's girl, and I'm not talking about Philip. My daddy's not with us any longer. And so, it's kind of sad when I celebrate my birthday and he's not here to share it with.
I understand. I'm sorry for your loss, but what a wonderful way to celebrate his memory, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I always think about him a lot on a day like this. I don't actually know the day of my birthday, but I can just feel when it's happening, and that's today.
Why did you say you don't mean Philip? I thought it was very clear what you meant. When you say you're a daddy's girl and you don't mean Philip, why did you feel the need to clarify?
Oh, because I wanted to clarify for you that I'm talking about my other daddy.
I don't know how I could be confused on that. It seemed pretty clear.
I don't think it's a
who he
scarecrow
meant.
thing.
It seems pretty clear to me who he meant the first time. I'm sorry, I don't know how rich folk do things.
That's all right. I'm not going to try and explain it to you. I don't think it's a scarecrow thing.
Oh gosh, probably not.
Question.
Yeah.
Right now, while we're sitting here with Adella, does Marius get the sense, can I feel that Adella has blood pumping through her? And did I get that sense when we were near Philip as well? Like, would I have noticed? Because, again, this whole time I'm only sensing Lethica, and I can only hear her heartbeat, and it's gnawing at me.
No, you can.
And I'm curious if there's
with Lethica, it's a pretty normal heartbeat. With Adella, her energy and her exuberance is almost like her heart is beating the Charleston.
Yeah, she's like a hummingbird.
Yeah, she's almost like a hummingbird.
Would I have noticed it having been around Philip, or would I just not? Would have not too much going on?
You definitely would have.
Okay.
You would have been able to hear the way that his heart beat so much faster anytime Adella was around.
Okay. Adella, may I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Your hospitality has been fantastic, and we are deeply appreciative of all of this. I'm curious, how were all of your help created or made? I noticed that they don't seem to be living.
Oh, yeah. So, as you know, Philip has a way with the undead and stuff. So, the animated skeletons are all his idea. They're his creations, and he makes them as he sees fit. And all the other ones are mine. And I have, there's a toy maker in Pico, actually, that makes everything that I could possibly want. And I just send in an order, and they get it for me basically right away.
Wow, that is amazing. Thank you
Yeah,
for
if there
sharing.
were any repairs, we just have them sent out to Pico where they get repaired.
So they are made.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Are they people?
Of course they are.
Well, gosh, that's great to hear.
So kind of like old Jerry here. He's made, but like still a person, sort of.
Oh, yeah, just like you. You know, you're not made of flesh or anything, but you're still a people, right, Jericho?
Well, I would hope so.
You still have hopes and dreams, a want for love.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, Virgil used to say that I wasn't people, and that he was the only people that I'd ever be able to connect to. I don't know. Well, it's good to know that if there is this feller who's making all these people, that if I get banged up, then maybe this feller can patch me up.
You connect to a lot of people, Jericho. Both Phil and I love you to bits.
Well, gosh, that really means the whole wide world to me, Miss Adella. I'll thank for the tea.
Oh, you're very welcome, sweetheart.
So, you get any nice gifts on your birthday?
Well, normally we would do something, but like I said, we've got so many of the leaders of the provinces coming into the moors. They're all getting set up in their own houses because the masquerade's just right around the corner, and Phil's been going out all day talking to them and making sure that he understands what's going on. And then there's the problem with the Iron Maiden, which I haven't seen him long enough to figure out. Plus, he deals with the business side of things anyway. It's all way over my head. But I can't help but be a little bit concerned because he normally spends more time with me on my birthday because, you know, it's Adella's big day and everything, and I'm everything to him, but he's just so busy with what's going on there. I hope we find out about it later.
Is he meeting with other guests? They're the ones
yeah, of
who he is
course.
doing business with?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, this Iron Maiden, are they sort of like Jerry and, you know, the Help? They're sort of like made of iron and the Maiden?
Oh, yeah, it's in the name.
Oh, that's cool.
That really? What does she look like?
Oh, well, she's beautiful, but you should hear her sing.
Oh, I love to sing. I don't know if you knew that about me.
He's very talented.
That's true.
Yeah, she performs at the opera in Edwardia all the time. A little bit of rock, a little bit of opera. Ah, boy, does she blend it together so well.
I don't know if we're high class enough to go see her.
So multifaceted.
We'll have to pay very close attention at Cotillion.
Oh, you're
But
right!
she, of course, doesn't have time for that lately with whatever's going on in Edwardia.
Oh yeah, Lord Philip had said that her, Mother Midnight's daughters were kind of giving trouble to all the lords and ladies of the court.
Yeah, and I think it's gotten much worse there. And I know that you just finished all the things you're doing, but I don't know. If I had to guess, I think we might have some tasks for you when the masquerade's all said and done. Of course, once you get the items you came for, since you can't leave anyway, right? That's what Phil said. You're gonna help us out?
Well, we still have the deal with old Philly to kill some witches, and we haven't killed any. So I guess we should try to at least kill one.
We will be even more equipped to do our tasks with the objects that you have promised.
I've got so much faith in you guys. And all of you.
There's plenty of work left to do.
You're so strong, you're so smart, you got so much heart. And you're loyal, too.
Well, I'm sorry you don't have your dad on your birthday.
Gosh, you're just the berries. Oh, me too.
I didn't have my dad either.
She reaches out and she squeezes your hand.
He was usually at the pub. All the horse races. All the pit fights. All the cock fights. All the horse fights.
Dear gods.
It's
Horse fights?
I'm
You've
sorry.
never seen a horse fight?
I'm sorry, Briggsy.
It gets really brutal, Marius. The hooves and
It's
everything.
really...
And you're sure they were fighting?
Well, that's what he said. I've never seen horses fight.
Gosh. I'm sorry, Briggsy. I didn't know that about you. I never knew my paw. Well, I never had a paw on account of being constructed by 3 hags. I never had a paw. The closest thing I ever had was old Virgil.
I cannot say that I know my parents.
No, it's okay. He's probably betting on horse fights right now as we speak.
Oh, wait, your father's still... Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's
Oh.
not like he's dead or nothing. He was never around for my birthdays or when I got a good report card in school or, science fair.
Well, I'm proud of you for your good report cards and how well you did at the science fair. It led you to be the Briggsy you are today.
Well, thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Yeah, well, and we'll gladly we'll toast to your daddy.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure
not Lord Philip.
I'm sure your dad is very proud of what you've accomplished with this magical house.
If he were here to see it, I think he really would be.
Well, a toast to your fallen father, to our fallen friends, and to all those fallen and everyone that died terribly in Folsense and Cyril and all of them children especially. That one got burned up in the orphanage.
Oh, yes, speaking of, I'm so sorry for what happened with Farron and Yorgrim. That's so awful. Philip told me all about it, and my condolences to all of you. I know that must be hard, but he did promise that we're gonna do some kind of meaningful farewell for him at the masquerade.
Oh.
So there'll be that at least.
We only knew each other for a very short time, but it was a lasting friendship. I will be glad to be able to share in this memory.
Fighting alongside one another can forge bonds quickly.
I agree.
Yeah. We were mates.
Yeah.
Well,
Gosh.
I guess we should raise a glass then, not just to my daddy, but to Yorgrim and Farron and all those that were lost in Folsense.
And to my best gals, the Oakham sisters, who got ate up by Virgil.
Yeah, of course, to them too. I never met them, but if you vouch for them, Jericho, I bet they were just classy broads.
They were something else, that's for sure.
So we should raise a glass to them. And then when we finish our tea, oh my gosh, we can read the tea leaves, my favorite part.
Ooh, that sounds mighty fine. Oh, and all those poor livestock got the curse of the fermental coven.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. Let's go ahead and do a cheers for all the happy things, though, all right?
Cheers for the happy things!
Cheers!
Cheers for the happy
memories.
things.
Here, here.
And all them poor miners.
And you all begin to drink the tea. It is delicious. It is lovely. Adella places her cup down, and you see as she claps her hands and is giddy to read her tea leaves.
All right, just one final sip.
And she sips the last of it and then looks into the cup, and you immediately see as her face falls and her skin goes sallow and pale as she stares into the tea leaves. She begins to shake, and you can hear the clattering of the glass as she lets out a gasp. And then the cup falls to the ground and clatters. Immediately, you see a couple of these skeletal servants immediately rush to her side and begin to pat the cold sweat that's beginning to drip down her brow as she's,
I can't, it's in, but we got it in the, but we got it, and I can't, but, and then
Is this poison?
as she begins to say this, you see that the lipstick that was on her lips, that pale red, is not just lipstick, but is turned to blood. As they begin to wipe it off of her face, she reaches up and touches her lips and they begin to grab her and they begin to help raise her to her feet. And you hear one of them say, "That will be all for tea today. We will have you wait here. Someone will be here to escort you to Cotillion. Lady Adella is feeling unwell.
I may be able to help with her unwellness. I can check her out if you would just let me through.
We have physicians on staff who are solely provided for Adella, private physicians. We appreciate your offer, but we will get Adella to her quarters and we will see you at dinner.
What is your name?
That is unimportant. Miss Adella, let us go. And she begins to, at this point, begin to mumble and ramble, and the words that she's saying are almost unintelligible as they nearly carry her from the room. You hear the sound of her heels clacking on the stone, but not from her own footfalls, but the way that her feet are dragging against the stone floor. And with a soft thud, the door is shut behind her.
Feel better. I'm gonna look. Try to look. Is the teacup still there?
The teacup is still it's in pieces.
I want to look to see
on the floor.
what was in the tea leaves, if I can see anything.
You pick up the cup, and there it's pieces.
Ooh.
Roll a perception check.
1 second.
Oh my gosh. Were we poisoned? I don't have a pulse. Marius, I don't have a pulse.
You never have a pulse, and neither do I.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I got a...
You think you got? Or you know you got?
I need to pull up my thing.
While he's looking, is there any blood left on the cup?
Oh.
Because you're you and a vampire, you can see that the bits of tea at the very bottom it's very clearly tea, but there are droplets of blood that are starting to diffuse it and turn it from the soft brown that it had been, the soft tea color that it had been, to almost a dark mauvey brown. And then you can see a bit of blood around the rim where her lips had
It
been.
was 14, but if you see that.
But you, however, looking down, can see that very clearly the leaves had been in some sort of shape, but the dropping of the cup has scattered the leaves about, so it's hard to see what they were. But there were some multiple shapes that you could see that were made with the tea leaves. You don't know how to read tea leaves, though, so
It says doom.
no.
Gosh.
Lethica, those are Cheerios.
Gosh, I hope Miss Adella's feeling all right. Seeing all this blood reminds me of Skinny Dudley.
Can you
And his
stop
head
bringing
is-
up these tragic people about that?
His head exploding into a whole flock of pigeons.
Just,
Uh,
we're not going to bring that kind of thing up during the masquerade, are we?
No, absolutely
Oh
not.
no! I know. I'm sorry. Gosh, I ruined Miss Adella's birthday.
No,
she
you
probably
did not.
she probably had all that stuff because I was thinking all them dark thoughts.
That is not the case.
Do I see that there's blood? And do I see Marius reacting to the blood?
You would see me straining, but like we're in a position where the muscles in my neck and my jaw would be very tight, where like I'm not going to allow myself to stoop this low in a scenario that's
Right.
and it's not a ton of blood. It's enough to definitely like you can see that I'm resisting, but I'm not like I don't look like I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'll sort of realize and notice the blood. Oh, Jerry, will you put that? Oh, it's blood. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, it's so gross. Oh, right, Marius. Oh, that's just. Oh, you should throw it away.
Oh, okay. I'll
Throw it away in the trash.
Garçon.
Ooh.
Garçon.
You had been told that someone would come to fetch you.
Well, I'll leave it here on the tablecloth. It's pristine white. Oh gosh, there's blood all over the tablecloth. Jericho, Virgil's right. You can't do anything right.
That's disgusting.
You can't do anything right.
Black gross.
Okay, well I'll just hold it until somebody comes, until the garçon comes.
Lethica's correct though. We need to be extra careful about what we say at this party.
All right.
People already look at us like we're monsters. We're doing the best that we can to fix the problem here. But to them, what happened in Folsens will only prove that we are monsters. They won't care what we're doing.
This is a rare opportunity for us to not just establish relationships with the Druskenbalds, but also to grow new relationships with the head of all of these different provinces here in this land, this realm. This is a chance to make a good first impression.
Do we think she's okay? terrible nightmares, and then did she cut her mouth on a cup, or did she just stop bleeding from her mouth, or?
I don't know. Well, I mean, she did get awful roughed up in that tree.
Lethica is trying to decide if she was lying about how well she felt, and that this blood was a sign of
Interesting.
something that was being covered up, or if it was something that emerged in that moment.
Good question.
Roll a medicine, and you're trying to do this after the fact.
Yeah, I'm thinking back and trying to...
Roll a medicine check at disadvantage, no twists.
Yeah.
You got it. Don't worry. Easy. Acceptable.
15.
Not bad.
Okay. Looking at her, you think back to how bouncy she'd been and animated. She wasn't as animated as she normally is. You were able to get a lot more conversation out of her that was to the point, whereas she's usually from topic to topic a lot more quickly. So she definitely seemed tired. Illness-wise, she physically looked just fine. And you saw no reason to believe that she was still suffering from physical illnesses, anything more than just exhaustion.
Okay.
Jericho, can you please just put that down somewhere else on the other side of the room, please?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's rude of me. Hold on. Virgil, can you pass me that plate? Thanks, Virgil. I don't know what you mean that you used to have daddy energy. I didn't know you were a father. Gosh, you're really saying a lot of weird stuff lately, Virgil. I don't know what's gotten into you. I'll walk back over.
Thank you.
Well, I think you're right. I think that we need to let them know that we're not a threat to them and we're just trying to help. And the only reason why we completely destabilized the government of Folsense was because they was in league with Mother Midnight, and so we're just trying to help them. If they got problems with her daughters, and we can just say, hey, we're against Mother Midnight and her daughters that probably aren't very attractive.
Only say that if it comes up. Don't start with that. They don't know, they only think that we are friends of the Druskenbolds. They don't know our purpose here, or that we were involved in anything that happened in Folsense in the first place. To bring up threats, or Mother Midnight, or any of these things, they will see that as strange.
Lethica's right. Gossan does mean boy.
What concerns me deeply is the Druskenvolds are trying to sweep this under the rug. It's strange to me that they would keep it a secret.
They are playing politics, and I do not know if it is wise of them to be hiding this from other leaders, or if it is important that they do. As we learned, some of these lords may not be as trustworthy as they are.
Well, gosh, this is a lot for my head. Oh, gosh. I just don't know how to deal with politics and subterfuge and manipulation. That's all Virgil's. That's his bag.
If you find yourself in a position where you are unsure what to say, ask them questions about themselves. Let them talk about whatever interests them. That way you can avoid questions about you, and you can dodge the questions that you might not know how to navigate.
That's not a bad idea.
People of a certain standing love to hear themselves talk.
I'm sure you would love to ask this Iron Maiden some questions about her singing.
Oh, gosh.
Find shared interests.
I ain't never talked to a lord besides Lord Philip and Lady Adella, no nobility. And they just are so nice, I can't imagine. Well, I guess we also talked to Lord Renault. We ended up killing him.
That's what I'm worried about, is that if they start to realize, wait, hold on a second, a lord of an entire fucking province was killed, they might get spooked. Think that they're next. And all these, to Marius's point, all these monsters show up. We killed one of the lords of the provinces.
We don't know how often power changes hands in these lands. That rhymes.
I knew a couple of mates who were hired to do a political assassination. And they were all hanging by the neck until dead. So, I don't want to end up that way.
Lovely.
Well, I think that it's good faith, that we're just trying to help. That's why we were brought here. That's why we came on the Ghostlight Express. And Folsom's was just mighty messed up on account of Mother Midnight herself being there and them hags. Maybe the other places ain't so bad. If they're daughters of Mother Midnight, maybe they aren't close to as powerful.
Let us hope that that is the case. There is still much trouble here, and we must remember to always be on our guard.
That's really a lot of daughters, though. That's impressive. 12 of them?
I am not sure if they are by blood or if it is a symbolic daughter.
Oh, gosh. I can't remember what Lord Philip said. Maybe he didn't say that part. Feels like it was years ago that we had that conversation.
We should also discuss the very likely possibility that when we were asleep for so long, we were somehow having a shared experience not within Adella's mind, but perhaps somehow shaped by her thoughts, by her magic, by her sight. Something is very important there.
I didn't want to bring it up while she was here, but I mean, if she has recurring nightmares, I mean, that's basically what we fucking witnessed for 24 hours straight. I mean, maybe next time we see her, if it's not going to kill the mood, we can be like, oh, you have recurring nightmares. What are your nightmares about? You ever been to a cool jazz club with, everybody that doesn't have a face? You ever been to old Dinosaur Town?
What are the chances that the blood coming from her lip to that cup has anything to do with the first vision we saw?
Oh.
You're right. She seemed awfully terrified of whatever she saw on the bottom of that cup with those leaves before she started bleeding. Everything we saw in that very first vision was incredibly unsettling.
It was a blood moon. The hag moon was the blood moon. And it was bleeding all over all of us. And it destroyed the Chateau Clair de Lune.
Yes. I mean...
Are those like malign portents?
I hope not. I don't read too much into my dreams.
I never did either.
I never had
Until
dreams.
we ended up here and we started having shared visions together. I don't know much about divination or foresight or fortune-telling or any of those things, but it is still deeply concerning.
Gosh, I feel like sometimes I should just let Virgil take over like he wants.
Why would you do that?
Because he's got the brains of the operation. I'm too stupid for all this. I don't got no wits. I'm fresh out of wits. I ain't even a half-wit. I'm lucky if you could call me a quarter-wit.
I don't think that's true, Jericho. You must just learn to listen and trust yourself.
Do you find yourself looking forward to him taking over?
No, I mean... Whatever happened lately, kind of the jabbering, he's in an awful good mood lately, and the constant cacophony of noise and nasty things is dissipated. It's gotten less, at least, ever since, Virgil been eating up a lot of them hag stuffs and the gargoyle stuffs, and especially after the heart of that, old Billy.
It certainly sounds like he's getting what he wants, which is concerning. If you don't like when he takes over, then we don't want to lose you. Understood?
I mean, but it's kind of a good point. I mean, if this guy knows politics, this guy knows how to wheel and deal, maybe we, during the masquerade, we let him out.
It's a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, he was very prim and proper last time he came out. All he did was eat a disgusting beating bloody hard, but...
Knowledge and skills be damned. I don't want to lose my friend.
Well, we haven't lost him this far. When that happens, you're still in there, right? You're just like in a, cage.
Yeah, cage. That's metaphorical speaking. I'm in my little place. I'm humming a tune. It's dark and it's a little bit lonely, but it's not as it used to be, where I was just. It was the shrieking and the voices were constant. And the past couple times, it's been relatively peaceful, I suppose.
Please don't tell me you've already forgotten about the time that he changed.
I mean, I'll remember a few times. But I guess the last 2 times were relatively peaceful, right? I mean, you were sort of out of it. You were just kind of, did the old shucky, you know what I mean? And so you were sort of doing your thing. Lefika was half dead. And so I'm just sort of, obviously Yorgrim had him under control if he tried anything, but
I'm recalling a time against a particular hag.
No, look, I remember that time. I'm not discounting that time, all right? I mean, but to be fair, it's not like he ate any of us up. He just ate some nasty familiars and a hat and then passed out.
What if something like that were to happen at a masquerade with potentially hundreds of people?
Oh, that's a good point.
And are you not concerned that that is some sort of glimpse into the true form of this other man that inhabits his body?
No, yeah, that's also a good point.
It is not an option.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
That's all right. I know. I'm just saying.
It is at this time that the door opens and you hear the pattering of feet. You expect to see another puppet creature, but you don't. You see a skeleton, completely dressed in beautiful robin's egg blue dress, all detailed with a buttercup yellow bows and frills and flounces. A wig on top of his skull that is similar to all the others, a powdered wig that somehow suits him. You see blush has been applied to his cheekbones, his literal cheekbones. As he makes his way in, the wig falls to the side a little bit and he rights it. You see some of the powder fall off and dust his shoulders as he dusts it off, and he turns around towards all of you. You see spectacles on his face that he adjusts. Oh, well, look at the 4 of you. Are you ready for cotillion?
Oh, I am always ready.
I was not prepared. It was supposed to come in 30 more minutes, but apparently there was a problem with the tea.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes, and so I'm going to take you now.
Take us to cotillion.
Yes, now.
It's over there, garçon.
Oh, no, my name is Louis.
Louis? Like Henri? This is going to be tough. I'm going to mispronunciate it. I'm sorry.
Louis, lead the way. Thank you.
Yes, please follow. And he turns around and you hear you can see his tiny little skeletal feet. These shoes are just slightly too big, but not big enough that they fall off. But you can see his little skeletal feet move within his shoes as they clack on the stone. 2 dainty yellow bows affixed to the very front of them. As he motions for you to follow him, he leads you through the twisting and turning rooms of this place. This chateau is grand. And just as soon as you think you've seen every floor and every wing of this place, you find another. And he eventually leads you down a hallway, which he explains to you is known as the studium wing, and it is where learning is to be had. If Adella and Phil decide to have children someday, it's where the nurseries are and where they will take their classes. And he leads you into a room that is almost theater-like, as it leads down to a podium at the front, and written on a slate board in a chalky dust is the word elocution lessons. and he motions for you to take a seat. Well, if we're going to learn how to be civil and talk politics, then you're going to need to learn how to speak elegantly. So elocution lessons is what we're here for today.
Oh, thank God, I can't wait.
So if you could all take a seat, please.
Elocution? What does that mean?
It just means the delivery of speech.
We're going to learn how to talk proper, Jericho.
Gosh.
Isn't this great?
Fantastic.
I just don't want to get elocuted.
It's not electrocution lessons.
I thought it was related to thunder, and I have a phobia of that.
No.
I have one of the small cakes from the tea that we were sharing with Adella that I took and brought with me as we were walking through, and I'll notice that there's like a spot of blood on it, just like on one side of the splash. I'll sort of tear that up and pop it underneath my mask as I get ready myself for articulating and enunciating.
You all find your seats in this auditorium-like room with your quote-unquote professor in front of you, as this gentleman has brought you here to learn the art of eloquence, to learn the art of elocution. You watch as he raises his hand, and you see, as he begins to scribble with his fingers in the air, you notice a piece of chalk appear on the slate board, and using Mage Hand or something similar, he begins to write out sentences and words. A lot of these words are words that you've never seen. They look to be in languages that you don't understand. As he looks around the room, he sees the look of utter confusion on all of your faces and realizes that maybe this is not the right place to start, as he quickly wipes the slate clean, as it were. And no, we will have to start a different way. You were all children at some point, yes?
No.
Well, most of you were all children at some point, yes?
Yes.
Presumably, I can't recall.
You've played the game,
Operation?
Sending Stone?
Sending Stone.
I am familiar
I
with the
believe
mechanics,
that
yes.
sounds familiar.
Is that like Red Rover?
No.
Well,
We don't have to send anyone over?
No.
no.
This is going to be hilarious.
First, what we're going to do is I'm going to decide which one of you we're going to start with. I think all of you speak a sentence for me. We'll start with you, young lady.
I am speaking a sentence for you.
Fermi. Right. You, sir.
There was this time where we knew this young skinny feller who used to clean houses.
All
and
right.
then-
Yes, and you, sir.
The rain in Spain falls
That's
mainly
enough.
on
And
the
you, sir?
plain.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Marius Renethir.
Perfect. We're going to start with you, sir. I'm going to hand you a slate
All right.
with a sentence written on it.
Okay.
I would then like you to relay this sentence to the old chap on your left.
Certainly.
Right. On your right.
My right, yes.
Who will then relay the same sentence to the fella in front of him.
Of course.
Who will then relay the sentence to this. Yes, that was the word you used. I'm trying to be one with the kids, as they say.
That's the word.
And then I would like you to relay that same sentence as you heard it to this young lady here, who will then recite the words to me, the sentence to me, and we will see how well you've done. This will be a test of how clearly you enunciate and pronounce the words that you hear from one person to the next. Are you ready to begin?
Fair enough. I'm ready.
I can only play this game in counterclockwise direction.
You see, Mace, the mask covers this ear.
And so, while this is happening, we will go ahead and attempt to, I would like you to say, good evening, my lord or my lady. You first.
Good evening, my lord or my lady.
My lord or my lady.
My lord or my lady.
Close. You, sir. Good evening, my lord or my lady.
Evening, my lord or my lady.
We have a long way to go. You can just go ahead and...
Okay.
Good
Can I
evening, me
read it?
lord
Do I have
or
to
me
memorize it?
lady.
No. You just read it to him and pass the card down.
Oh, okay, all right.
Evening.
I would like to have you practice that over and over and over again. One thing to know, we're also going to learn some social etiquette while we're here, is that you should never refer to anyone as anything but my lord or my lady. Not my lord, but my lord, my lady.
How am I gonna
Do you understand?
pass on this information?
You can just say it out loud if you want, as you heard it. Because you guys are gonna fuck it up anyway.
And he's too eager.
The mouse ran across the kitchen floor because I forgot the rest.
Oh,
What's with that in Jericho's ear?
that's an interesting.
Andy.
I think that was close enough.
Miss Lethica,
Yes.
this cute little lonesome mouse one time was running across the floor and he saw a big old piece of cheese and he decided to eat that there piece of cheese, and when he did, snap! His spine was broken by a mousetrap. And then his family found him, including his children, and everyone died of sadness. Isn't that great?
Are you ready, my lady?
Louis, I am afraid that we have failed.
No, there is no failing here. Please, recite the sentence to me and make sure you enunciate every single word.
There was a little mouse that ran across the floor, and he was looking for some cheese, I believe, and then, unfortunately, he ran into a mouse trap, and he was killed. And his family saw everything. They saw it all. They saw everything happen, and it was very, very sad.
That is
They
incorrect.
died of sadness.
Oh, they also died.
That is not even close to the way that it was written
I
on
am
the
sure
paper.
that is true, but this is also a...
Maris, can you please recite the sentence that you provided to my lord?
I
To
look
your
back
right.
at the tablet. I look at Lethica. I look back at the tablet. How did... the mouse was so hungry.
Oh, I forgot.
He ran across the kitchen floor without even looking for humans.
Oh, I forgot
That was so beautifully spoken, my lord Marius.
Thank you.
That was a
Absolutely
long
beautiful.
sentence.
I'm going to give you a check mark.
Well,
The perfect elocution.
I appreciate it.
Well, gosh.
Where did the cheese come from with the trap or the part about his family becoming depressed?
That is a very good question.
Who would like to go
I
next?
don't know. I thought that's how
Oh,
it went.
me! I'd like to go next.
Please pass this.
I hope you have one of those pointy hats.
Well, in the meantime, when you're introducing yourselves to someone of high social standing, you will always introduce yourself with your full name. It will never be, "Good day, I am Louis." It will be your entire name. "Good evening, Sir Louis Courtois."
Wow, that is a lovely name. Good evening. My name is Marius Renethia.
"Good evening, my lord." Very well done. Another check mark on your slate, good sir.
Hey, Mary, are we going clockwise or counterclockwise?
I believe we're going in the same direction. You probably start with Jericho.
Oh, gosh.
But I don't. We should check with Louis.
Is that clockwise or counterclockwise?
It's counterclockwise.
It's also known as Widdershins.
Is it Wittishins or Shitterwins?
We do not use foul language in this court.
Hey, Jerry.
That's 1 X for you, sir.
Hey, Jerry.
Yes, Breezy.
The door slammed down, or my hand and I screamed like a little baby.
Got it.
The failure point is this.
I know. I love
nightmare.
this. I love this.
The baby was crawling along the floor.
Yes.
And he tried to get in the cupboard to eat a cookie, you see. And unfortunately it tripped and crushed its hand terribly. And the baby survived. But its hand was brutally mangled.
Is that really what?
And then it got infected and died.
Isn't that neat?
It's been a while since you've had some Isn't That Great, so now you got two of them in one episode. Here we go.
Marius.
As you lean in to whisper to me, I don't get that close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There was a little baby that was crawling along the floor, you see. And it was looking for a cookie, and it reached its hand in a cupboard. But the cupboard closed and mangled this poor child's hand. Unfortunately, it got an infection and passed away into the night. Isn't that great?
I take a moment.
Oh, God.
I understand this isn't your fault.
Yes. I'm just doing my best. There's a breakdown that's occurring.
Louis, there was a small child, allegedly. This child went to
You
find
immediately see a look of confusion on his face.
Yes, I know, I understand. Allegedly, this small child went to fetch a cookie, and there was a mishap, and the poor child's hand was crushed. He wasn't properly treated, and quickly he succumbed to infection. Isn't that great? I, for one, don't believe that's great. I am simply repeating what I was told.
That is nothing at all like what I passed to our fair gentleman there on the slate.
I don't
completely
doubt,
wrong,
I don't
Jerry.
doubt that for a moment.
You just started freestyling over there.
There is a double meaning to us engaging in learning in this way. When you are dealing with the rich and the powerful, you will have to be able to listen to what they say and be able to repeat it to others for political means. And if you cannot learn and listen and understand what people are saying, you will never be able to prosper at the masquerade.
Louis
This is quite concerning. Briggsy, can you please repeat for me what is on your slate?
Well, like I said, Jerry, the door slammed down, or my hand and I screamed like a little baby.
Oh.
Give me that.
See, now what I thought I heard.
Did I write or? Okay.
You know, Briggsy, what I thought.
He's taking the piss.
The door slammed down on my hand, and I screamed like a little baby.
What? That's not what it says.
That was very good, Lethica.
Oh, ready to say, give me the slate.
I will give you a check mark on your slate.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, see, when you said the door
Another
slammed
check mark for you.
down on my hand and I screamed like a little baby, I thought you said that you whispered in my ear that there was a little baby crawling along the floor that slammed his head in the cupboard and died of infection.
Look, Mary. Look, I read it correctly. First, I would correct this R to look more like an N. And I think the way you read it, you would need a comma right here.
We've got the grammar Briggsy over here.
Are we timed on this? Or are we stuck here until we get it correct?
Give us another one. We can do it.
And who would like to start? You're here until you get it correct.
Good thing we have several days
Passes down
until
to
this
Jericho.
masquerade.
But this is not the only challenge I have for your elocution lessons.
Understood.
It's Jerry's turn.
Oh, I know this one.
Don't fuck it up, Jerry.
I know this one. Once after a nice April shower, there was a cute little chick who saw the plumpest, juiciest worm in the morning and thought it was fixing to make it a snack. And it pecked up that worm and slurped it down, but unfortunately went down the wrong tube. It choked and choked and choked and died. And then it never grew up to be a great rooster, and the folks who were relying on it crowing to wake up in the morning never woke up again. They slept until they died. Isn't that great?
Jericho, I'm not mad.
Oh, that's funny.
What? Marius,
Just do your best, please.
there was a bird that choked on a worm and died. And because the family that owned this bird did not wake from its crows the next morning, they slept also until they died. Isn't that great?
There isn't a chance in any of the 9 hills that all of that fit on the tablet.
I also, it was abridged. I cut out some stuff. I'm sorry.
All right. Briggsy,
Oh, all right. Okay.
there once was a young chick who began to feast upon a worm, but the worm was far too large for the chick. There's a lesson here. Make sure that your eyes are not bigger than your stomach. Seize and make sure that you accurately assess the situation before you go in. The chicken ultimately perished and passed away. Unfortunately for the owners of this chicken, the family was never awoken because the chicken did not become a rooster, did not grow up. This also speaks to one of Lathander's tenets about getting up early in the morning to perfect yourself. Remember this, Brixie. Remember all of the things I tried to teach you. Also something about isn't that great?
Is that it?
I believe that's all.
All right, now we're down to the last one. Briggsy, please tell me exactly what you've heard verbatim from my lord Sir Marius Renaher.
Well, you see, there was a chicken sort of hanging out wherever chickens hang out. And then there was a worm.
Okay, yeah.
The chicken tried to eat the worm. But the worm's like, I don't want to be eaten. So he starts inching away, so he's running. But worms, you see, they aren't fast. So the chicken catches up. And he's like, no, don't eat me, please. And the chicken's like, but I'm hungry. Anything, I'll give you anything. You need money, I have money. Take me to the ATM. I'll give you whatever you want. All I want is food. Could I buy you a sandwich from 7-Eleven?
He's turning into an Aesop speech.
No, I want you. Then die I must. But curse you, chicken. For with my last breath, I will kill you in turn. The chicken eats the worm up. But the worm, he had been going to the local worm gym lately. And he was quite a bit swole compared to his normal state. The chicken didn't expect this. So it choked on the worm. And with the worm's final breath, he said, just a prank, bro. They both died. Isn't that great?
Well, as entertaining of a story as that is, that is not at all what was written on the slate.
You left out all the parts about Lathander.
Well, I figured that was you freestyle. It's like Jerry was
And the
fucking
family that
freestyling.
all died, that slept until they died.
Please
Oh,
pass,
he didn't say anything about that.
Jericho. Please pass the slate.
It's just
to-
what I said. Look,
to
confirm.
Lethica.
Can you confirm, Miss Lethica? It's exactly what I said to you.
The chickens were running around and pecking the worms out of the ground.
Well,
That wasn't even
that
close.
that sounded lovely, my lady. So I will give you a check mark for beautiful elocution.
Listen,
I don't believe.
One more. Miss Lethica's got it.
Lethica told me that she cut some of the stuff out because Jericho would not stop rambling on, so I filled in the parts that Lethica cut.
Fine. I'll go better when I'm last.
Where did the family come from? You invented the whole family, and then you killed them.
I don't know. That's what I read. That's what I read from it.
Stop freestyling. Stop inventing stuff. Stop making stuff up, Jerry.
Oh gosh, it's just kind of what a tunesmith does, where he spins a yarn.
arguing is not what we do in polite society.
Oh,
You're right.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We
You're
apologize.
right. You're right. Here.
Now, I don't believe that this form of lesson is effective with this specific group. So we're going to try something else. Specifically, I think where the issue arises is your pronunciation is faulty, especially towards that end of the room. So, if we can focus on
does he
something...
mean me or?
If we can focus on something that will make your elocution more clear, your pronunciation more clear, then maybe we will be able to execute the task at hand.
All right.
You
So-
what?
I'm sorry, are you ill?
What?
Are you trying to say water?
Elocution, innit?
Why did they do this to me?
It's going to be okay.
I don't deserve this.
No one does.
Just understand that this isn't happening because of malice. We promise.
Ah,
Oh, I have a question.
yes.
When is the lion coming out?
I'm sorry, what?
When is there going to be a lion?
A lion?
Yeah, Coda lion.
The cotillion. The cotillion. The cotillion. The cotillion. The
A
cotillion.
lion?
When is the
What is
lion coming?
a coat?
When is the lion coming out with his fine coat?
There's no lion. Well, to be fair, this is Chateau Clair de Lune, so there very well could be a
That's
lion.
what I'm
here.
saying. It seems like there could very well be a lion in a nice fancy waistcoat.
Well,
A waistcoat, if you ask me.
that actually leads me. We'll take a quick detour before we do the final test.
Okay.
And one of the things that you must learn, since we are currently in the cotillion for elocution lessons, one of the things you must know is always be polite and engage in conversation.
Oh.
Laugh at any joke, but not too hardily. So, I'm going to tell you a joke. You're all going to laugh appropriately for the joke. Are you ready? Right, are you ready?
Yes, of course.
Engage in the
Yes.
conversation.
I suppose
Lovely.
so.
Yes, we.
All
yeah,
right.
We are. We are, yeah.
Well, my dear friend, did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense.
That's a good joke. Good joke, sir.
Lovely. The three of you have accomplished the task swimmingly.
Whoa, are you saying that I failed?
You did not laugh, sir.
You said laugh appropriately for the joke.
No, I said do not laugh so heartily.
No, you said laugh appropriately for the joke. I laughed appropriately. It wasn't funny at all.
One does not argue in polite society. My exact words were always be polite, engage in conversation, laugh at any joke.
Well, I wouldn't really call it a joke if you're asking me. I mean, that's what I'm going to say.
I'm going to give you another failure.
Another demerit.
All right, we'll try one more. Let me
right, I
see
can
here.
do this.
Nope, that one's not any good.
I can do it.
No. I'm judging your laughter, not mine.
Oh.
Nope, no. Does anyone know a good joke?
Oh, I got one.
No.
No, I got one.
Aha, I
A
have
weasel
one.
walked into a bar, and the bartender...
I was going to do a walk into a bar joke.
Oh, speaking of roosters, what's the difference between three cocks and a joke?
That is an inappropriate. I'm going to give you another failure. Absolutely inappropriate.
In world, Marius cracks a smile, like very uncharacteristically, and is like trying not to like trying to make the funny side of his mouth like away from Louis. Like for the first time, you see Marius like crack a little bit.
You get a snort out of
right.
Letica.
Well, Jericho, that laugh
What
was.
is the difference?
Brixie, we're going to fail.
Jericho,
I'm sorry.
that
Oh,
laugh
God.
was far too exuberant.
I don't
I'm
wanna
going to
fail.
give you a failure.
Oh, gosh.
All right,
I don't
one
know
more
what came
joke and
over
then
me.
we'll move on to the
Keep
next.
it together, Brixie.
I don't know.
You're right. I'm sorry, man.
Two sheep walk into a bar.
Oh, lovely. How clever. Good show.
Well, I did not believe that laugh, Jericho, so you will get failure. Everyone else, a success. Brixie, congratulations on your first success.
I passed everyone. Oh,
Oh,
my
gosh.
I know I was cut out
Absolutely
for
lovely.
cotillion.
It isn't over yet. We can still
All
salvage
right.
this.
All right. I'm going to pass.
Now that we've learned how to laugh and engage in polite conversations,
All right.
it is time to enunciate. So, we'll start with you, my lady. I would like you to take the giant sack in the middle of the table,
Oh, in the middle of the
stick
table,
your hand
you say?
firmly into the sack, and pull forth parchment.
Oh, I have to pull back a whole yard.
You may, before you read it, I would like you to roll a d20, please.
Oh, before I see...
A straight intelligence roll, and tell me what number you get. It is that little, it's not a dodecahedron.
No?
No, it's not.
What is it?
Something else.
I believe it's an icosahedron.
Oh, that's cocked. I received the 18 value on the face of the
Oh,
of the
that's
dice.
lovely. Now, what you can do is you can read that, and you'll be able to keep that open with you while you recite the tongue twister on the other side.
Oh, there is a tongue twister
Yes.
on the other side.
Yes.
So
You will
something
be
like
judged.
rubber baby buggy bumpers or
Very
aluminum
similar.
linoleum.
You will be judged based on your ability to recite it as well as your memory.
I have to remember what I read.
You get to keep it open because of your roll.
Oh.
So if you roll like crap,
If you
you'll
roll like
memorize
crap,
it.
you have to look at it and then close it and
look
put
at
it
A
away.
second to look at it. That's very funny. These are great.
Brisk, brave brigadiers brandished broad, bright blades.
It was very, very good.
Wow.
I'm incredibly impressed. You took no time at all to memorize that. Beautiful.
Very nice, very nice,
I think,
Miss Mythical.
and the room would agree
Thank you.
that was a great success.
That was great, Miss.
Thank you, my lord.
That was wonderful.
You're welcome, my lady. Who would like to go next?
I love tongue twisters.
Oh,
Actually, I will do it this way. My lady, would you like to choose the fellow who shall go next?
you can't twist a tongue when you ain't got a tongue.
Let us find out if that is true, Jericho.
Well, how about it? This is where I have an alibi. A loophole, so to speak.
That was great. I always struggled with toy boat.
Okay, I think I found the right one for me. Oh, Jericho's
Now, please
face.
roll a one of the dice there on the table.
I got a 9.
Lovely. You may look at it once, read it, and put it away.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Hold on. I'm just gonna. I'm sort of stealing myself.
I think I know which one he got.
7 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. There it is.
I wish to wish the wish you wish the wish wish.
Excuse me.
What
was that?
I mean, what I meant to say is, I wish to wish that wishes was the wishes I wished upon. Wish the wish was a fish.
Oh my.
That is absolutely incorrect, and you will get a failing mark for that.
Oh,
What you
no,
should have said was, I wish to wish the wish you wish to wish. But if you wish the wish the witch wishes, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish.
No, Jericho, you had no chance. It's not your fault. That was a difficult one.
The wishes.
It's quite sad.
Oh, I guess I.
Just watching you deflate.
Well, I guess my filthy sack can get twisted up.
What I can say is, though that was a monstrous failure, you can choose who goes next.
Oh gosh, I want to see Sir Marius crush it.
Yeah, I'll do the best that I can. I can't promise that this is my strong suit.
You got this, Marius.
The only good news is hopefully I have enough marks where if I fail this one, it'll be all right. I got a 15.
All right.
Don't forget about all that stupid
you
stuff
may-
Lathander said once.
Hey, watch yourself.
You can keep it open in front of you.
Yes. Haha. This is incredibly apropos. We surely shall fuck.
Oh gosh!
We
Oh
surely,
no! Oh
we
Lord.
surely shall see the sun shine soon.
Oh,
Oh.
that's tough to say.
Oh.
Listen, I
There-
told you this wasn't my strong suit. For as eloquent as I may sound, this is difficult. Good
You
luck.
have a beautiful voice, but unfortunately that missed the mark, Sir Marius.
Can't win them all.
Memory ain't the best.
Patted my score in the first half.
I'm a little nervous. Am I next?
You're the only one next.
And you said this
My
was the
lord.
final?
Yes.
Good luck, Briggsy. Focus. Make sure you roll your dice.
Do I look at it first or roll the die first?
Roll the die
Roll the
first.
die first.
Oh, it was a 1! Oh!
19.
Nice! Oh my god!
You can hold yours open.
I cannot believe...
Those bouncy die are crazy.
They are.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh boy.
That's
That's tough, too.
I have to read this? Oh, I didn't want to have to pull this out so soon, but...
I was waiting for it.
The ghoul in school sat foolish upon the stool.
That's not
That
what
is
that's...
not even what's written on there.
I can read this!
That's not what that says.
What?
Quincy, come
Come
on!
on, you try to read it! It's hard to say!
I can try. You know I'm not very good at this. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather, better.
I'm not... The one I said
That
was
was
way better.
spectacular.
Lesser,
Though
never
Briggsy
weathered,
will get a
wetter,
failing
weather,
mark
better.
for his
Amazing.
inaccurate
Your
attempt.
voice was very good, though.
Oh, I was so proper.
It's all right. It's all
That
right.
was quite beautiful, Marius, and I will give you a that is a passing mark.
There once was a cute baby cow who was lesser than all of his cousins, so he was killed and skinned for his leather. And then turned into a coat, and then when the tanner weathered him, the weather came in and he was struck by lightning and fried alive. Isn't that great?
Jericho, I am severely concerned about your reading comprehension.
You gotta just take it in. I don't really have eyeballs, so
Well,
to speak.
at this point, we've been here for quite a long time. I feel that none of you have improved, quite frankly. Marius and Lethica, you were fantastic from the start. So
thank you.
Good job all around. And Lady Adella and Lord Philip know exactly what you sound like, so we should move on.
Well, yeah, I feel...
Hey, Briggsy, what's wrong?
What's wrong, Briggsy?
Just like me dad said,
Oh no.
no son of mine's gonna pass cotillion.
Your father said that.
He did every day.
What was the contest?
Barged through my bedroom door, belligerently tried home from the pub. He always told me I could never make it through cotillion, and he was right.
We're not done. We're only halfway through.
I only failed one subject.
You can redeem yourself.
Why did cotillion come up every day in your household?
Oh, he was really stuck on cotillion. I don't know. I mean, maybe when he was a kid, he tried to go to cotillion and he didn't pass, and he probably has low self-esteem and was threatened by his young son, and wanted to make sure that his son didn't surpass him in any way.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Well, that sounds... I mean, you feel like you've hit the nail right on the head, so to speak.
You're doing the work.
It's okay, Briggsy. We'll pass the next one. We'll pass the next one.
This isn't over yet.
No, you
right,
still have
everyone.
2 more subjects to get through, so
I'll try.
I will take you to the small dining room where you are going to learn dinner etiquette.
What would have happened if we rolled at 1?
Well, you're lucky you'll never have to find out.
Oh boy.
Yep. No, you just...
And he will quickly take all of the slates from you and put them back towards the front of the room as he lines you up in single file, and like school children, he leads you through the hallways of this area and back towards the main portion of the chateau proper until you eventually find yourself in the wing that you know to be the dining wing, where the kitchens are. There are multiple dining rooms. Yeah. Oh. And you make your way into a dining room that's significantly smaller than the one that you had dinner recently with Adella and Philip, your first night here. And this room has already been fully set up. You see that plates have been, seating has been arranged for you in this space. And there are guests standing all around, but they're not alive guests. These are actual puppets on strings. They are not the sentient caretakers of this place, but puppets that are being managed from somewhere else in this house. As you see that they move jerkily about as you walk into the room. Louis looks towards all of you. Do any of you know how dinner is started? What is the first thing you do upon coming into a dining room for a fancy supper?
Wait to be seated.
And how do you know when it's time to be seated?
When you are gestured to,
Oh, no, I know this. When the lady of the farmhouse rings the bell and says, soup song!
No, actually, quite frankly not.
Ding, 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 ding.
But, Lethica,
Yes.
my lady, you were on the right track. Yes, sometimes the host or hostess of the gathering will motion for everyone to be seated. But the thing you want to wait to look for is when the host and or hostess seats themselves.
Oh, God.
Oh.
At which point, you are free to seat yourselves. So, for the purpose of this exercise, I will be portraying Philip Druskenvold, and he takes a fake top hat and puts it on his head as he moves over to the head of the table. I will be seated at the head of the table. You'll see as one of the servants moves the chair out. Thank you very much. He will sit down and be pushed into a seat. And now, I have been seated. I'm the host. I've been seated.
Have no arrangements or names been placed on the table? We can seat where we like.
Yes, for the purpose of this, you could sit where you like.
I will sit, and I take a seat adjacent to Phil.
But yes, you are correct, and I will make a note that we have failed here by not putting nameplates at your seat. What you will do at the formal dinner is you will look for your placard. You do not move your placard. You do not swap it with anyone else's placard. Regardless of who you're sitting next to, that is where you will sit.
I do a soft bow, just a slight bow as I sit down and take my seat.
And as you all begin to sit, you watch as these puppets are manipulated by the strings that are in tracks running along the ceiling of this room,
Can I
and
sit
they
down?
all find additional seats and
please,
begin to
quickly.
sit.
I wrote wait to be seated.
Well, no.
I'm
We
not-
wait until the host of the evening has set.
Oh.
And they have, so please sit.
For host.
We will wait for the host or hostess to sit
To sit. All right.
during the actual meal. Sit.
Oh, okay. I sit down.
Are you sure that your palm skin is going to stay attached to your hand?
What?
Nothing.
This is me left hand. I don't have any skin on it.
Very good.
Now, you will be served fake wax food. This is not edible food, but you can use it to approximate how you would dine at a meal. We don't want to stuff you full before your dinner this evening. So, you will... The servants will come in, they will provide you with food. Fake food, mind you.
Yes.
And I will watch and document how successful you are at enjoying your meal. Now, this is a play-acting meal, so you pretend to eat and have the conversations amongst yourselves that you would have. The marionettes beside you will interact with you. Though they cannot speak, they will still engage with you should you choose to have a conversation with them, and they will engage with you appropriately. All of this will be judged.
Gosh. All of it?
Yes.
Gosh. All right.
Let the dining begin. And as he says this, you watch as some of the skeletal servants come in and begin to serve you this fake food. You do notice that on the table next to you, you have a small piece of parchment that has a diagram of the placement of everything and exactly where things are supposed to be, with a couple of little notes. You eat from the out. You use the utensils from the outside in. This is how you place your utensils if you're ready for the next course. This is how you place your utensils if you're finished with your meal. Everything is laid out for you so that you can look at it and execute what you need to as you begin to have your fake meal. Now, converse and eat, but don't eat, but converse.
Well, isn't this meal lovely? We must give compliments to the chef and our host and hostess.
What a beautiful conversation started on Meredith's part.
The knife will remain in your right hand, your dominant hand. That's why it's on this side.
Which fork do I pick up?
Start from the outside and work your way in.
And remember,
I got that.
when you're in doubt, just do what you see other people doing.
That's right.
You can always look to Lethica and I to guide you.
All right, Briggs, you got this.
I'm
Pretend to eat.
I'm going to cross my hands, which would probably look like a rude gesture, but I am picking up the knife with my dominant hand and taking the fork. And once I switch, I am extremely consistent in the way that I'm eating. But the cutlery would have been placed in reverse for someone who is left-handed like Lethica.
Is Louis watching us?
Yes. You see he mutters under his breath, and he occasionally make notes of the things that you were doing. He seems to be keeping score.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
I say, Marius.
Yes, Briggsy.
Please pass the fake mashed potatoes, please.
Of course. Would I know etiquette surrounding putting my utensils back down, helping pass something to
Yes,
a
you
fellow?
would know that at a meal like this, or actually, I'm gonna have you roll an intelligence check.
It's been
so
like
that you
80
know.
years. I feel like I would have learned something,
Yeah.
but it's been so. I would have never officially done this regularly, and it's been so long that, like, I don't know. And just straight up in.
Yep.
7.
It's
forgot
been
myself.
a long time for you. You have had varying levels of fancy dining, and you know that at some there is communal food in the middle of the table that you pass around. You don't see any of that here. You know that at some dinners you would never pass food. You would always wait for the next course to be brought out to you, and that there would be different things that you would do with your silverware, with your cutlery, to indicate to those that are serving when you're ready for additional things. And you think you have an idea what it is. So with that information, that's all you have to go on.
I look around and I say, "Oh, well, Briggsy, I don't believe that this is a meal where we be passing food to each other. We wait for the next course."
Oh, drat, I say.
Briggsy, if you need something, then you can also do this and gesture that you might want more of something.
Oh, Lethica's making a gesture. How rude.
I will
Let's make a mark there. In proper etiquette, of course.
allow me to spear the roast beef, and now I will
Jericho's
bring
absolutely
it
destroying that wax.
to my human-like mouth.
Did Jericho just...
a fork.
Yeah, I
He says, pretend to eat, pretend to eat.
my fork is now, and the wax is in my chest. Excuse me.
Where is your napkin?
My napkin is definitely. I've turned it into like a little handkerchief
Like,
around my
yeah.
neck. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I guess that's why they have a spare in fine dining in case you drop some into your horrible soul cage.
Jericho, we can recover this.
Okay.
Ask Briggsy how his meal is. It's
Oh.
polite.
Oh, Briggsy.
Yes,
As I pick up a different style of fork. How are you finding the food this fine evening?
It is divine and lovely.
Elocution is actually significantly better than when we were in class. I must adjust the score.
No, I'm fine, Virgil. I have it. I don't need you in the electrocution. I don't need you here neither.
Garçon, may I please order the
Oh, is she calling out?
battered
for the-
and
that
fried
is
whitefish
absolute-
haddock and crisp potatoes with a
Absolutely
lashing of vinegar
unacceptable,
and sea
Louis.
salt.
Yes.
Help me to understand. Are we not to ask for service if we need more to drink or
No,
to...
of course. If you need a refill on your drink or you need additional food, you simply look towards those that are along the edges of the room. You make eye contact. They will recognize this and come to you and assist you.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's written there on your sheet.
Am I not allowed to order food?
No, did you not just hear what he said?
No, I was trying to talk in a fancy voice.
You have to pay attention to when Louis is teaching us.
Oh,
You're supposed to make eye contact with one of the people along the wall. They will see, and they will come ask you and get you what you need.
Now, this is very important, Briggsy. Listen carefully. Do not make eye contact unless you need something, or they will come to you. You don't look at them until you're ready for more food or wine,
I'm ready.
or if you need to use the restroom or whatever.
I'm ready.
You make eye contact.
I'm making eye contact.
And one of
You've bent your
This is
fork.
my moment, Marys. I've got this.
All right.
and one of the servants comes over to you and stands at your side. Leans down so that you can silently or quietly tell him what you require.
How do you do, good chap? I have the battered and fried haddock with a side of crisp potatoes with lashings of sea salt and vinegar. Please.
He looks down towards the plate where you're currently eating, and you can see that there's some trepidation as he's unsure. He reaches down to take your plate, but seeing that you're still eating from it, he
I'm like
nods.
totally like it's nowhere near the food.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pretend to eat.
But he nods to you, and it takes maybe 3 or 4 minutes before another plate of this fake food comes out to you. However, when he gets to you, you are still trying to eat from the plate. Fake eat.
Pretend to eat. Yeah, 100%. I'm still pretending to eat from my plate until he brings a new plate.
He stands there next to you and just continues to hold it.
Oh, I say. Who ordered the fish and chips? Well, I did.
You take it out of his hand. Yeah. Well, he's just taking food without. He's not even letting him clear his plate. That's going to be a failure there.
I'm trying so hard!
Briggsy.
What am I doing wrong?
No outburst, please. Control
No,
yourself.
I mean,
Screaming at the table. That's going to be a failure.
good
This is a
day.
nightmare.
I read in the newspaper today that the Prime Minister made quite the blunder in front of Parliament.
Well, that's a perfect topic of conversation. No, it's not. It's politics. We don't talk politics anymore.
Oh,
That's
fuck!
a failure.
Language, Briggsy, language.
Gosh, I'll just say it. I don't know how to eat like a rich folk.
Jericho.
I ain't cut out for this. I ain't cut out for it, I tells you.
And this continues for about an hour. I need you each.
It's a nightmare.
I need you each to roll a performance check
Oh,
for me,
God.
please.
Yeah, this should be okay. This should be all right, unless I roll abysmally low.
Is mine straight?
Yes, yours is straight.
Oh, remember I said as long as I don't roll
you
abysmally
and
low?
Lethica are at advantage.
Thank fucking God.
I could disadvantage the other two, but it just feels
It wouldn't matter. I
bad.
rolled a natural one.
I got a 13
Okay.
as my high roll. That's awful. Awful.
I got a 6.
Performance ain't my special.
I got a 14.
Let's say Jericho might be able to salvage this.
What did you get?
A 19.
Perfect.
6. I rolled a natural 1.
And
That's rough,
Briggsy,
man.
what do you do to recreate?
Oh, I say.
What?
To recreate.
Oh, goodness.
My grounds.
I missed that.
Holy shit, that's funny. It's
I
a crime that everyone missed
I
that.
missed the joke.
It's for the best, Briggsy. Well done. Well done. Well done, Briggsy.
He does seem to be getting increasingly pleased with your elocution. But not quite as pleased with your ability to have a polite meal. And as time passes, he eventually they come and clean all of the plates away. Dinner itself is finished, and you all rise from the table.
You see
Well, you've all been graded on 2 of the 3 chapters so far, and what I can say is it's not going well, chaps. It's not going well.
It is not going well.
No, quite frankly, it's not. Now,
not cut out for
2
it.
of you have potential, and 2 of you are here.
Yes.
Which 2 are which?
I think you know, my good man.
we do.
I think
We
you know.
know.
But that could
know.
all turn the tide. For at the end of the night, drinks have been had, people are feeling loose
Yes.
and excited.
Yes.
And though you may not be the best at speech, you may not be the greatest at conversation around the dinner table, you may be light on your feet and on the dance floors where it really matters. So, we are going to go to the ball onto the ballroom, well, you're going to meet up with Madame de Bijou, who's going to assist you in your dancing lessons. Now, I'm not one for dancing. 2 left feet, they call me. 2 left feet Louis. So, I will not be the one to teach you. But she, though stern, will be a fantastic teacher.
Madame de Bijou?
De Bijou.
De Bijou.
Did you say
Yes.
Bijou?
No, de Bijou.
De Bijou.
How do you spell
De
that?
Bijou. De Bijou.
Bijou.
You.
Well, let me escort you to the ballroom.
Thank you for all of your help, and I personally apologize on behalf of the group for our less than stellar performance.
Well, as terrible as it was to watch, and as horrified as I am by your progress, I can say, though only slightly truthfully, that you are better off now than you were when I first met you. There has been
Really?
a slight improvement, at the very least.
Slight improvement!
That's
Well,
fine.
Well, gadzooks, ain't that just the best news I heard all day?
Well, I think you should take the positivity and run with it.
Thank you,
I think I
Louis.
shall.
Or should I say, Mr. Courtois? Thank you.
It was lovely to meet the 4 of you. We will choose not to speak to each other as we walk through the halls.
It's for the
As your
best.
voices echo throughout the hallways. And
This reminds me.
I'm quite ashamed that I wasn't able to whip you into shape.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, garçon.
I'm not a garçon,
Oh.
Garçon means boy.
monsieur.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I never did cotillion growing up. I never done nothing rich or fancy.
You have made an admirable start.
Well, gosh, thank you, Miss Lethica.
Well, with that, let's just go ahead and leave. And he ushers you, once again, puts you into single file line and ushers you out of the room and down the hallway and through this wing of Chateau Clair de Lune until you eventually find yourselves in what is very clearly the music room. You realize that you are here much more quickly than any of the other rooms as the music spills out of the hallway. The doors to the ballroom have been swung open, and you can see that, similar to the dining room, that there are these marionettes being puppeted around, all dancing with each other. Inside of the room, you see a tall, thin woman. Looks to be an actual woman at first glance. Not like the rest of the people that you've seen working here. But her outfit is very stern. She has what at first looks like lace that the collar climbs all the way up her neck, but you quickly realize that it is spider silk. Her dress is this beautiful brown, but shifts in the candlelight, and you realize that it seems to be made from moth wings. And as you get closer and closer to her, you realize that her features are almost insect-like. Though she's very humanoid, you do see 2 antennae coming out of her hair, which is not powdered like the rest that you have seen here, but this beautiful dark chestnut brown that's piled atop her hair, ringlets falling down around her temples, spider silk lace gloves that go all the way up to her elbows, and she is clapping in tune with the dancing. And as you make your way to the doorway, you hear her say,
Oh, Louis, thank you so much for bringing them here. I just could not be bothered to make my way to fetch them, but darling, I appreciate you.
and he bows to her and she curtsies.
Now, in, gentleman and lady,
Yes.
to the room, please.
Yes, yep, here I am.
Yes, of course.
First, I would like to introduce myself to you as Madame de Bijou. You may call me exactly that, Madame de Bijou.
I am Lethica Nightborn, my lady.
Lovely to meet you, milady.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Marius Remethia.
A pleasure to meet you, my lord.
And she curtsies.
My name is Old Jericho Sticks.
A pleasure to meet you, my lord.
And she curtsies to you as well.
Madame Bijou. De Bijou. My name is Brigstolemir Cratch.
Lovely to meet you, Brigtholomew Cratch.
She's like,
Welcome to the ballroom, my lords and my lady.
And she curtsies before you.
Well, first off, what we're going to have to do is split you up into pairs. Now, let me look at you.
I request Jericho as my dance partner.
I call
No Please keep your voice down.
Okay.
I'm the teacher, and I will decide for you who you dance with.
Oh, all right.
With all due respect, please. The outburst is not without prudence. I beg of you.
Pipe down, boy.
My lord, at a ball, you will not always be able to decide who you dance with. It would be rude for you to neglect a wallflower or a lady.
I understand that.
No arguments.
I apologize for his adolescent outburst. Oh,
Now, I will look at each of you individually and I will pair you up as I see fit. Lovely. Just absolutely lovely. Your posture is quite beautiful. Chin up, young man. All right. Don't slouch. Take your hands off your hips. Do not cross them in front of your body in such a manner. Why are they in front of your genitalia? Move them to the sides and stand like a man. Well, look at you, Regal. You've obviously had training. Take that scowl off of your face. You're here to dance. This is a joyous time.
Scowling, that's just my face.
Don't argue with me.
yeah, idiot.
I'm a little
But
nervous.
knock it off.
Would you two stop? You know what? If you're going to argue, then you will dance. Maybe the two of you can settle this petty squabble in the thrill of dance. The two of you, partner up.
Fine by me. Briggsy, come here. And I'm very forceful.
No, don't let me.
I'm like
I
very
did not
forceful.
ask you to embrace just yet. Just partner up. Now the two of you will pair up nicely. Yes.
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 Thank you. I
Lovely.
approach, and I'll say, "I'm sorry, Miss Lethica. It's bad because Virgil said he can't help me with dancing, so I'm doomed. May I have a dance, Miss Lethica?"
That is simply not how it's done.
Oh.
What you'll do is, for the sake of this, we will have you, Sir Cratch, representing the lady of the pairing. And you,
What?
Thank the gods.
my lady, will represent the lady of the pairing. You will have affixed to your wrist a card, a dance card, where anyone can come up and write their name with your permission and secure a dance with you for this evening. So, I would like the gentleman to approach the ladies, request a dance, and if given confirmation, place your name upon the dance card. Chop chop! Let's go!
No,
All right. Briggsy, trust me on this, all right?
Miss Lethica, trust me on this one, all right?
Good evening, my fair maiden.
Good evening, my friend.
Spotted you from across the hall, and I would love to request a
Spied
dance
you
from
from across the hall.
Oh, you're a handsome young man. You are.
Very kind of you to say, miss.
But I'm sorry to say I was betrothed upon the last fortnight.
What? I mean,
Do not yell at a lady in a ball.
but I insist, my fair maiden, that I offer you to dance with me, please.
Well, you'll see my hand belongs to another.
Briggsy, I swear to all that is good. I insist, my fair maiden.
Here's the thing. in this scenario that we're role playing? I'm sort of a homely.
No, there's no time for discussion.
Well, I suppose.
Are you declining his offer?
His hand is this hand, and I take my left hand off and I leave it.
That is grotesque. Please,
I grab his right hand.
put your hand back on, foul beast.
The moment it looks like he's accepting, I snatch the card from wherever
No,
it is.
gently.
Fine, and I write my name on it.
I was trying to get into character.
Thank you for accepting, fair maiden.
Oh, Sir Marius.
Just Marius.
Oh. Does it just say just
Yeah,
Marius?
no, it's Marius. It's Marius right here. There's no sir.
My lady, I spied you from across yonder dance hall, and I thought your dress was mighty pretty, and may I request a dance, pretty please, with sugar lumps on top?
And who is doing the requesting, may I ask?
My name is Old Jericho Sticks.
Thank you. I accept your offer. Please.
Well, thank you very kindly for this card. Let me find my writing implement.
And attached to your wrist on a string, you see a small pencil.
Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh, apostrophe Jericho Sticks. To my lady of the ball.
Well, that could have been significantly worse, but it was a success. Now we must prepare for the waltz. Take each other. Take your dance partner. Hands around the waist. Yep, there we go.
Like this. Oh, I mean, like.
I'll put my right hand on Jericho's shoulder and
Quit moving
wait
so much.
for him to take my left hand.
Sorry, just wait for
No,
instruction.
put your hand here on my hip.
Oh, I don't, is that right?
Yes, you grab my left hand. Here.
Okay.
And you see that there are puppets that she's using to show you exactly the proper posture.
Right
Okay.
here on my waist, yes. No. This hand here, and then your
Oh.
other, yes.
Oh,
Hold my hand like this, and then put your hand here.
okay.
Okay, and then you take
Okay.
like this, and then I will put my hand
Okay.
here, and then you can like so.
This is awfully close.
Oh.
Yes, that's where your hand goes, right?
All right.
Yeah.
When you are doing this for real, it will get much closer.
Okay, I hover hand. I hover hand.
Listen to me. I am going to use my hand on your lower back to guide you around the room, and
Your
you're going to follow
fingers
my
sink into a hole in his flesh.
Old Jericho Sticks ain't getting canceled.
We assume the position and
Yeah.
we wait for the next.
She very
portion.
quickly begins to clap in time, and then you begin to see these marionettes begin to dance, showing you the steps as she counts out loud and waits for you to dance. I need you all to roll performance checks. They are group checks. So Marius and Briggsy, your scores will.
Natural fucking 20. That's a 24.
20.
Oh! We kill it.
Oh my!
As does music begin to play?
Yes.
Does it begin to dance?
Music begins to play.
The moment that music begins to play, I lean in towards Briggsy and I say,
I cannot believe you tried to tell me no. Do you understand what you almost did? I was trying to roleplay. Stop it. We're not roleplaying. We're trying to get through this.
Oh.
I have to dance with either you or Jericho.
Look, I mean, I tried to call Leffica, right? I was going to give you Jerry. I mean, I'm not much of a
Left,
dancer.
my left.
All right, I'm sorry about the smell. Oh, God.
Stop it. Let's not worry about that.
All right. What? Imagine this is my in a monologue. Oh, what would Nigel think of this? but by pure happenstance, meeting a dashing vampire man.
Right, back to the right. Follow me.
It's
Follow
as if
my
he
lead.
sparkles in the candlelight. I'm trying to lead. I mean, I'm not lead. I'm following your
Now
lead.
follow what I'm doing.
It's my joke, no.
Leave it. We'll come back. We have to loop around.
Oh, very dashing.
And what did the two of you get?
26.
19.
Absolutely spectacular. I cannot believe how well you're doing.
Very good, Jericho.
Oh gosh, well I feel like this is the first thing that feels a little bit all natural for me, a little bit
But something doesn't look quite right. Let's try switching partners. The two of you at the back, and then the two of you at the front.
Oh, are you sure? I
Yes,
really prefer
let
to
us-
dance with Jericho.
Well, it's not about your preference now, is it? It's about
No,
learning.
we were just getting acquainted. You know, Nigel is away on business in the city.
Brixie, knock it off!
Yes, please do be quiet. Please. I would like to have you switch partners. We're going to start over from the beginning. I will have you, Jericho. You will be the gentleman. Briggsy, you will be Brigtholomew. You will be the lady again, fulfilling your role. Quite a good job there. And my lady, you will continue to play your role. And Sir Marius,
Yes.
ask for the dance, and then we will begin. This time, we will not be doing a waltz. What should we do next? A quadrille? No, too fast. A bourrée? No, a minuet. We'll do a minuet next, yes.
Get down, bitch. Get your ass on the floor.
Just throwing it back. That's fair enough.
That doesn't happen.
Let me take off my bra of holding.
My God! Sweet Jesus!
You begin to move towards each other as the matron here asks you to swap partners. You know that the intention now is to once again ask for someone's hand on the dance floor and to write your name upon their dance card.
Good evening, Miss Lethica. May I request a dance from you?
Marius Renethir, is that not right?
That is correct.
It would be my pleasure.
Let me just grab this from you. Write my name. Marius. Here you are, my lady.
She's staring the two of you down towards the back as she's waiting for you to do the same.
How do you do?
Oh, hello, Miss Cratch. I couldn't help but notice you from across the dance hall, and I would humbly request your dance.
You did not ask for my name, young man.
Oh, my name is Old Jericho Sticks. May I ask your name, my good lady?
My name is Miss Briggs Tholomina Cratch.
Well, gosh, if there ain't ever been a prettier name whispered on all of Mount Celestia, may I have the honor of dancing with you on this fine eve?
So cute.
I look over at Marius.
Well, my inner monologue might say, I will have the dashing vampire man. Perhaps he will be jealous.
There is a confused,
I
grimace
take Jericho's
on
hand.
Marius' face.
Yes! You said your name was Jericho?
Oh, Jericho Sticks. I'll like pull up I'll do a little bit of a twirl with the pencil. Let me give it.
Jericho. Oh, the H is silent, I see.
That's just my name.
May I have your hand?
You may.
And as I put my right hand on your lower back, you'll notice that I'm much more stilted and stiff than I was dancing with Briggsy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fluidity that is not there, that was there as I was dancing with the giant rotting crocodile. Hey! And I don't bring you as close as I did Briggsy.
Are you all right, Marius?
I'm fine. Thank you.
You seem a bit stiff.
I understand. Are you ready to do can we get this over with, please?
Would you like me to help you relax?
No, not even a little bit, please. Just focus on the task at hand. We have to pass through this. All right?
You know the steps, I think.
Yes. I think.
Lead the way.
I'm waiting for the music to begin.
It's
just continued. It just never stopped.
She's waiting for both couples to come together.
Let us go, my lady. We
Yes.
we shall dance the minuet steps. Actually, you can help me out here, Virgil. You did so well last time. Minuet, okay? Those are the steps? Okay, got it.
So, Jericho, have you done business with Nigel?
Nigel? Well, yeah, in fact, he's my employer. I'm just a humble salesman of his employ.
You must not tell him of this evening. Do you understand?
Well, that's just fine. All I do is sell his ties that he makes in his great textile operation. I don't got any reason to cause trouble in paradise at home.
He did always talk down on you over the supper table.
Well,
But did you see how the rather dashing vampire man asked me for the first dance?
well, I did. He does seem to be rather dashing.
Yes, and he chose me, who is rather homely.
Well, I suppose even a rather homely lady such as you wouldn't choose a lowly tie salesman like old Jericho Sticks.
Certainly not.
Well, bring Stolomina. I would enjoy this dance all the same.
Thank you for participating in my ploy to hopefully seduce the vampire gentleman.
That's old Jericho Sticks. Always willing to lend a hand and sell a tie.
Nigel said your numbers were down this quarter. Between me and you, layoffs might be coming.
Gosh. That would mean I'd have to put Ma in a home.
What did you
Oh
do? Oh, there you go.
no! Well, Nigel will take great joy in that.
This is happening the entire time. Madame de Bijou is walking around you, circling around you. Her antennae are honing in on each of you, moving this way and that, still in time with the music. As the two of you dance stiffly, she eventually claps really.
No, this will not do. The two of you, I can't see it. No, the two of you just don't work. You, him. You, her.
The moment that you will have seen me, I'm missing steps. I'm clearly not in true form. And the moment that she claps, I step away and create distance. And then as soon as she reassigns me, excuse me, and I just walk away.
Yes. No, and I would like to have you play the madame. Yes.
I can do that.
And in this case, let's throw a challenge your way. I'll have you play the gentleman. Well, give me your best lord.
Excuse me, I saw you from
Utter failure. I'm going to have you play the lord, and I'm going to have you play the lady.
Oh. All right, I need a new character. Oh, how do you do? I've just returned from the city.
This is the greatest story in a story that I have ever witnessed in my life.
You see, my name is Nigel Covington, and I am seeking my betrothed. Have you seen her at this ball?
What does she look like?
Very Rubenesque. And homely.
I saw
Rather
a
homely.
very Rubenesque and homely lady just that way. Nigel Covington?
Yes, Nigel Covington. You have not seen her. Oh, you saw her go the other way?
She is just there across the ballroom.
I turn and I like, Briggs, stop me.
I like put my arms up. I like look quizzically to Madame Deja Vu.
No, you're right. You will play the lady, and I will have it play the lord. No, it's not working.
I was just getting into character.
I'll give you one more chance, but flub this, you're done.
I think she's run off to the bathroom. May I please write my name on your card?
Yes, my lord.
Nigel Covington. My lady,
Yes.
may I have this very brief dance?
You may, Lord Covington.
Oh, the form! It's spectacular! Look at them! Now this is a couple I could see.
I'm so glad I'm wearing this mask right now.
I immediately walk over to Jericho and I say, excuse me, Mr. Styx. My name is Marius Renethir. I would love to have this dance this evening, please.
How do you do? My name is Annabelle Sue
No,
Marie.
Jericho, we are not doing this. No, I just dealt with this with Briggsy for the last 30 minutes. We are not doing this again.
Sticks, but you can call me Annabelle Marie.
All right, Annabelle, please, may I have this dance? Let me please write my name on your card.
Well, gosh, down in the country, we don't got fancy balls like this. I'm just a lowly milkmaid. But a fine, dashing vampire who got to dance with the belle of the ball brings Salamina.
There's a vein in my forehead, like, and a twitch.
Lord Covington, I think that Jericho just said fancy balls.
Oh, my.
Well, here's my card.
Thank you.
Oh, a noble knight.
Here.
Well, thank you. Just like Paul said before he washed away in the flood. Oh, nigh on a decade ago now.
Annabelle, please give me your hand.
Oh, thank you.
And then I will scoop Jericho up and bring him in close as we begin to dance. I'll
She,
hopefully like I did before.
Madame de Bijou looks so overjoyed with the new pairings. She claps. She seems incredibly pleased with the work that you've done here. Out of all of your cotillion that you have done this day, this is the first time that you feel like you're doing well. She walks you through the waltz and the minuet. She walks you through dance after dance after dance. You go through 20 different dances, learning all of them and the separate steps and how to excuse yourself from a dance, how to decline a dance, how to react when you're declined a dance. And all of these things you end up executing fairly well. She does not seem bothered by the strange role-playing extravaganza that's going on with two of your party, but she actually seems to enjoy the drama of it. And where at first she was very stern and cold with you, she, as the hour progresses, she warms up. And she, by the end of it, seems very pleased with all of you as she claps her hands.
Well, that was spectacular! Oh, I am just so pleased. I had been warned that you were an absolute hopeless case, but that has not been the reality of the situation at all. Absolutely lovely. All of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would be so happy to see the way that my work is painted across the dance floor by you during the masquerade. I just feel honored. that you've taken what I've taught you, and you've ingested it in this way to create true art. And I know that my lady, the Iron Maiden, would be so happy to see what her warrior has brought to the masquerade.
Madame, it has been an honor to be your student.
Oh, darling Lethica, you're so sweet. Well, now that's all for us today. I will have one of the servants fetch you, take you back to your rooms where I believe, oh my gosh, look at the time. You don't have much time at all until dinner. So, you must get ready. I've kept you far too long.
Do we pass cotillion?
It's been a pleasure.
It has.
It's been such fun. I almost hate to go back to the
You know-
farm in the cold embrace of Abraham Jeremiahson.
I'm not sure what that means, but I can't say whether you've passed all of Cotillion. But Bartholomew, he has a gold star.
And she takes a gold star and she puts it on your right side.
Smashing.
You have passed dance.
Take that, Dad.
Well done, Reese. Very well done.
Yes. Yes, I knew I could do it.
Well, thank you. Now leave.
Oh, if you say so.
All right.
And she
All right,
motions
quickly.
for you. The doors open wide, and she begins to clap her hands as you see other people begin to come in from other parts of the room where there are clearly other people that are learning dances for the masquerade. They take note of you and nod, but you don't have much time to really get a good look at them and to really size them up before you're quickly ushered out into the hallway. One of the skeletal servants silently leads you through the hallway, and eventually you make your way back towards the room that you had been staying in. You see that a tea tray has been set up with no food, but some fresh tea, some fresh coffee, some ice cold lemonade. And you see that each of you has a report card for Cotillion. They're all sealed and stamped.
Well,
Oh, no.
we got through that. That's all that matters. Well done, everyone.
Well, I don't think I was the belle of the ball.
You did fine. The important thing is that we all passed and that we don't make fools of ourselves when it comes time for the masquerade.
Well,
I hate report card day.
I'll have immediately reached down
No.
and found my letter and look at my card.
And you see this is clearly written by Louis. Well, Lady Lethica did a spectacular job in elocution. She had fine table manners, and the report that I've received from Madame de Bijou states that she is an elegant dancer as well. So, it is with my ruling that Lethica has passed with flying colors. And then his signature.
how'd you do, Miss Lethica?
I passed.
Well, congratulations. That's mighty fine.
It feels good.
I guess I'll see. It's better to feel the sting sooner rather than later if all is going to be is pain. May as well get on with it.
I'm sure that you did just fine.
Lord Jericho Styx, though not doing so well in elocution, put in quite the effort. And he does have his issues that need to be addressed. However,
So many.
he is quite the gentleman, and in all things was as kind as possible. Though he may have 2 left feet and legs that are a little too thin for his body,
I thought I did quite well, Liz.
I am going to give him a passing mark. Barely so, but a passing mark all the same.
The old hover hand comes in clutch.
You shouldn't do that when we actually get to the dance.
But what if... never mind. I passed.
Well done. Well done, Jericho.
I passed.
Well
Hooray.
done.
I will grab the envelope and tear it open.
Lord Marius Renethier of House Renethier has near perfect elocution. His dinner manners are divine, and his dancing, though a little stiff, is superb. There is one area of note. He seems a bit withdrawn, and on the dance floor could use a little loosening up. Aside from all of these things, Marius has received passing marks and a nearly flawless score.
How did you do?
Good, not great.
I thought you both did very mighty fine. I mean, not as good as Briggs Talamina, but still quite fine indeed.
I'm not gonna pass. I don't even think I should read this.
Why not?
Throw it in the fire.
If even I pass, Briggsy, then you certainly pass. You can do it. I believe in your passing grade.
It's like my dad said. No son of his is gonna pass cotillion.
Did your father say that you would be a renowned cutthroat pirate and criminal known across the 12 seas?
No.
And who are we standing with?
Briggsy.
Captain of the damned ship, whatever the name of your ship was, and captain of Eddie and probably other guys, I don't know.
Yeah, but I cheated.
Briggsy.
Oh, that's true.
We are at the top of the mountain. It was a very challenging cotillion. Even if you did not pass, you have to understand that this was the hardest challenge that could possibly have been confronted. You could have possibly confronted. Passing, barely passing here, or barely failing, would be a pass anywhere else.
There's nothing great about me. You know, the big hat, and the big feather, and the big fucking cutlass, and the title to cutlass. It's all fake.
Would you like me to read your card?
Yes.
I pull the card and I
Yes.
read.
You read silently all the way through. Well, Briggsy. And this is written in
Blood.
it seems
Eldritch runes.
Spear escapes. His whispers begin to fill. What the fuck?
it's written in the language of Dagon.
Uh-huh.
No, you, well, Briggsy was probably the worst in elocution. Not probably, he was the worst in elocution. It was abominable, and he's had the worst score of anyone I've taught in my longed life. When it comes to dinner, he was rude to the staff, could not pay attention to simple direction, and floundered through the entire thing. For dance, it seems that he created false characters and made it difficult on everyone he was dancing with to learn as quickly as possible. That being said, by the second trial, his elocution had improved greatly. Throughout dinner, he never gave up. No matter how difficult things were or how much he believed he was going to fail, he never stopped. And even though it may have been difficult in the end, he put his allies to a challenge that made them rise above it, and they were all better for it in the end. And for this, in this alone, Briggsy the Cutlass Cratch has passed Cotillion.
I passed!
Well done.
I passed!
You see?
I knew you! I knew you passed! You passed!
Ah! I knew I could pass Cotillion!
Hooray!
Take that, Dad!
You did it.
I did it.
Congratulations.
I did it. That's right. I mean, that's right. Good chap.
You don't ever have to do that again.
Oh, you're right.
Hooray!
I'm
That'll
going.
show your dad!
I'm gonna pull the service rope. What are we calling it? The just Yeah.
with the rope.
I'll alert folks that we are looking for something. I'm gonna as soon as someone shows up, basically be like, some champagne, a quick drink before dinner.
Of course, you may have champagne.
Thank
Bring
you.
8 fucking bottles!
Please not curse at me, sir.
Remember your training. You literally just passed. Be a little bit more pleasant.
I will be back shortly with the champagne.
Thank you.
You're tall enough.
8
And
bottles, don't forget.
He leaves and he comes back. Here is your bottle of champagne.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And then the dialogue track fades out as Sweet Victory plays in a celebration montage.
Incredible.
Well, thanks a lot for those sweet dance moves, Virgil. I appreciate it. I'm sorry you got about 2 left feet. Oh, you only got 1. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, cheers to good cotillion and passing.
Well done,
We're ready for the Grand Masquerade Ball.
Cheers. And congratulations.
And for Miss Adella's
Cheers.
birthday, if she's
Good work, everyone.
had her special medicine, is feeling better.
Let us hope that she is. I know that tonight is a special night and that she misses her husband very much.
You enjoy the champagne. You enjoy the tea that was set before you, and you all get dressed for dinner. About 45 minutes or so passes before there's a soft knock on the door.
Do we dress in
There were clothes laid out for you.
and not Henri outfits, but like
No.
the evening
Actual
outfits before the
Evening
masquerade?
outfits.
Okay.
You know that Henri was making you your masquerade ball outfits. So these are the outfits that you would wear once you were headed to the ball, ready to dance
Okay.
for the party afterwards.
So this is like when your birthday party's on a Saturday, but your actual birthday lies on like a Thursday or Friday. So
Yeah.
you're having dinner on the night of the
Mhm.
birthday,
Oh,
but
that's
the
right.
party's
You
on
party
a
that
Saturday.
weekend.
exactly
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, got it.
That's
Got it.
very real.
And so you all have outfits laid out for you. They look like they were perfectly tailored to your bodies, and you're able to put them on. And it is you all look quite dashing as you once again collect yourselves in the communal space, and you hear the soft rap on the door.
Shall we?
I'm ready to cut a rug.
We shall.
I open the door.
You open the door and you see yet again another one of these marionette doll people. Whereas most of them are wearing pastels, this one is not. She's wearing a lot of purples and darker colors, dark blues. Her long black hair cascades down her back as she looks towards all of you. I can't even remember how to do this voice. Holy shit! I just forgot how to do this. Hold on, I have to think of my
What's your skeleton?
yeah, what my skeleton key is for this character.
Is it? What's her name?
No,
Little Lottie.
no, Little Lottie's in all in pinks. She's like a little shepherdess.
God. Oh right.
Um,
Like Bo Peep from Toy Story 1 and 4.
oh my gosh, I can't remember how to do
Hello.
this. Hello, governor. That's not her voice.
Jingo,
You riff
jango.
among yourselves for a minute while I try and figure out what my skeleton key is for this.
Good thoughts on ordering the champagne. That was lovely and very kind of you.
I felt it would help loosen us up before we have to meet so many powerful
I think I have
figures.
it. We are going before dinner time. We are going to escort you. I am going to escort you.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
I am Lethica Nightborn, and these are my companions. What
is
is your
not-
name?
No, not tonight. I am simply your guide. Only because our dear Philip and Lady Adella cannot make their way to you immediately. Adella is still feeling ill, but she does not want to miss the dinner.
Well, be sure to
And
pass along
Philip
our
is
well
quite
wishes.
concerned, and he's currently outside of the house.
No worries. Again, let them know
I
that
am-
you are concerned.
I am Adella's physician, and I would not normally be here to help you.
You are the one who has helped to heal her.
Yes.
Oh, I would love to learn
One
more about
of the
your
many.
medicinal powers.
Well, we were told that it was Philip who was healing her.
No, Philip stays by her side.
Well, she said in a certain sort of way.
I think she was speaking metaphorically.
Is he like a bard?
What?
Well, I mean, her bones are broken, and she said that he healed her. You know that old song, Skeletal Healing? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I know the song.
Yeah, so I figured he'd heal a skeleton.
Well, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
We're very sorry and sad to hear about Miss Adella still feeling quite poorly after her late dusk tea. We're happy to go wherever they want us to. We're just enjoying your hospitality.
She is taking her rest, and she is going to have a nice nap before dinner.
That is totally fine.
Philip is running late, so dinner will be with Adella only to start. I'm sure he will arrive, as he should, towards the middle of dinner, if I am to guess. I have been tasked with taking you somewhere very special.
Where is that?
There is something you are meant to see. Some artifacts that you are meant to be given.
Right now?
They planned that you would see them after the dinner. But with Adella's delicate condition, and Philip being so busy with the Iron Maiden, it seemed important to show them to you now. And then dinner will be served.
All right. We're ready then, I suppose.
Lead the way.
We will be going to a special part of the castle, that chateau. See, this is the problem with trying to do this voice, is that I say weird things. This is the problem with the chateau.
It's my haunted house.
This is the dungeon of my...
The
She's not
dungeon of my
Tritania!
other
This is not Tritania's voice! It's just the only voice that I have for this character, okay?
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I was gonna have Lethica say something, because I'm trying to, like, pull from you, but it just... I couldn't hear Lethica's voice.
Lethica.
I am Nando.
Because of the type of medicinal woman she is.
Sure.
Manhattan.
We are going to a special place in the chateau. This is a place that Adella does not bring people very often. It is a place that reminds her of home. I would ask that you respect this part of the chateau.
Understood.
And do not touch anything that is not yours to be touching.
No. Wait, no. Why would I?
Why are you looking at me?
What did you say? Lathander says never to steal, and don't take Lathander's name in vain, and don't fuck his wife. Or don't fuck someone else's wife. Wasn't that Tenant Lock 9?
Oh, by the gods.
He passed Cotillion, don't worry, he's good. He's good, he's very good.
We have the letter right here.
That you had all passed, which is probably the only reason I was given permission to take you to this place. In this wing, you will find Philip and Adella's bedchamber, but we will not be going there. As I said, Adella is resting. So, as we walk the halls, I need you to be quiet.
All right.
Understood.
Very quiet.
Now, let us proceed. And she begins to move forward. She glides across the stone, making barely any sound, as she leads you through wing after wing after wing, up higher into the chateau, until you finally find yourself in a wing of the chateau that is so significantly different from the rest of the house. This part of the house looks almost Victorian in nature, with the wainscoting and the dark wooden walls. Where the frescoes had been painted on the ceiling, those are all gone, but these beautiful painted portraits now line the walls. These large mahogany doorways, arched doorways that lead to untold places in this untold rooms in this place. And she takes you about halfway down the hall before turning and opening a door and leading you into what is very clearly a study. A huge mahogany desk sits on one end. A decanter of liquor is off to the side. This place looks pristine and like it has almost never been touched. It looks homely, but almost unused, though there's no dust anywhere. It's very clearly well kept. It is not here that you stop, though. She makes her way towards a bookshelf at the very back of the room, and she moves her fingers along the different books. You see that she pulls a notebook out of her satchel. You can hear Lethica very clearly. The clinking of syringes and vials and other medicinal things is clearly her medicinal bag that she has attached at her hip. As she opens up this notebook and begins to look and then double checks until she finds a book and she pulls it. And the bookshelf spins in, and you see a large spiral staircase begin to wind down.
Ooh.
This is where we will be going. Down here, please.
Do I trust this person?
I don't know, do you? Why wouldn't you? Outside of the fact that she didn't want to give you a name.
Yeah. I've had champagne. I'll follow.
And you begin to make your way with her down down the spiral staircase. It feels like you're going down floor after floor after floor. It starts to get colder as the stone almost surrounds you in a way that is uncomfortable, almost claustrophobic. You eventually get to a long hallway that leads straight forward, deeper into what feels like the underground portions of the chateau. And you watch as she lights wall sconce after wall sconce as you make your way down this hallway. Walking through it, it feels like this goes on for far too long before eventually you spill out into what is a gigantic room. This is almost far bigger than the ballroom that you saw upstairs. You are on a balcony that protrudes out from it, almost like a viewing ledge. And you look out and you see hundreds upon hundreds of artifacts, all on different pillars or in behind glass cases or in special boxes, all of them with little plaques explaining exactly what they are and where they're from. You see that this is laid out almost like a museum. Clearly Philip's private collection. Two stairwells wind down from the side as she ushers you into the room.
I'm picturing the camera pullback from National Treasure when they reveal the Knights Templar treasure in the...
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, probably
That's exactly
something
right.
like that. And you see that this room is all aglow with flickering candles. The chandelier overhead is magnificent in gold as it illuminates this space. And you wind your way through artifacts from chalk and from neckbet, artifacts from Yulong, from Striga, from Drakkar. The rest. But it doesn't stop there. You see artifacts from Astrozoa. You see artifacts from the Feywild. You see artifacts from all over the material plane and outside of. And they are all marked with what they are. And a lot of them even have names of who it was gifted by. And it becomes very clear that Philip is very well connected. You things gifted to Philip Druskenwald on his birthday. The year of Vantrasier appears in front of you.
The equivalent of Wednesday.
Yeah, the equivalent of Wednesday. You see gifted to Philip and Adella Druskenwald as in honor of their marriage, or to celebrate their anniversary, to Adella for the hospitality she showed in this year of such and such. All manner of things. Some, Briggsy, you recognize many of these items as being legends of lore, things you've heard of but you didn't even know existed or were real.
I'll write a book about that.
As you wind your way through all of this stuff, you eventually come to an alcove. And here you find that it is, there's this shimmering magical field around it that she puts up her hand. She looks back into her book. She utters a word under her breath, and you see the shimmering, the shimmering magic fade away. And she allows you to walk into this alcove, and you see that there are 6 little niches, and in each one of them, also in their own magical bubble, you see 6 items. Jericho. You walk up to the first one. You recognize this almost immediately. The amber key. A simple key, But rather than being forged from metal, it seems to be crafted by a semi-translucent material in the color between yellow and orange. You look at the plaque here.
It's real.
And you see that it describes it. This is exactly what you were looking for. But it doesn't say how Philip acquired it. It just says gifted to Philip Druskenwald. Lethica, you walk up next to the alcove that Briggsy is looking into, and you see the Shadow Knell, a cracked bell of jet black metal adorned with skulls and raven feathers. Also, just notated, gifted to Philip Druskenwald.
Many Sharans have prayed to lay eye on this.
Briggsy, you walk up to what is clearly the idol of Croxagore, a stone statue of some seated crocodilian creature with bright gems encrusted all over it. This one, you see, gifted to Philip Druskenwald for his service.
What the fuck?
Marius, you walk up next, but you don't see what you're looking for. You see the wicker dreamcatcher, an intricate bit of wicker, string, feathers, and beads carved from ancient stone, all woven together in a web-like pattern. You remember Farron talking about this. This was clearly the artifact that Farron had been looking for. And sitting next to it, the Nightshade Amulet, a pendant in the form of a belladonna plant with 3 ripe berries with a long chain attached, and shimmering in silver as it rotates within the ball. Both of these also, notating their name and gifted to Philip Druskenwald. You glance at them quickly, you feel the remembrance of your friends, but you can't get that rose gold glint out of your eye as you look to the final alcove, the Grail of Dawn. A gilded chalice made from rose gold, shimmering in pinkish light with similar rosy water within the goblet.
No. It cannot be. This cannot be possible.
It's all real. It's all right here.
You weren't fibbing.
I had faith.
I had a feeling Philly was a man of his word. You know, he's a man that knows how to make a proper deal.
But how?
We will learn the tale. We must. But before us, the artifacts we were promised, they are right here. And look around us. We are surrounded by more riches than even is spoken of the gods.
Yeah, what do you mean, how? I mean, it's just a fucking cup. Look at all this shit.
And this is just a cracked bell. But there are many priestesses, like myself, who have died in search of this object.
And that might be able to give me a little bit of peace and quiet. Why?
You can feel the magic from all of these thrumming through this hallway. They are magically sealed from you. You cannot take them now. But they will be yours at the masquerade. Philip believes that if you are going to continue here, especially considering what happened in Folsens, that there needs to be something that is done to make the leaders of the provinces know that, for one, you are the right hand of Philip Druskenwald, but also a reason to trust you, a reason to value you. And he thinks providing you with these items in a grand ceremony at the masquerade will prove to all of them who will be in attendance that you are special, that you are untouchable.
We are to be gifted this in front of a crowd.
That is the plan, yes?
So close. So close after nearly a century.
Just a few more days.
Your quest is almost at an end, Marius. Your Grail quest.
I do not know what this means for me. I don't.
Whatever it is, it will probably be the right thing. That's what Mr. Lathander would want.
Are there any other expectations when we receive the artifacts? Just to be gifted them and then...
I do not know much. But I do know that the plan is for you to be gifted these items as a thank you for all you have done. I do not wish to speak for Adella. She has, as you know, a voice all her own. But having mended her many times through the years, what I can say is she speaks very fondly of you, and what you have done for the Druskenwolds has not gone unnoticed.
You're happy to do it.
We wish them happiness and health. And this reward goes beyond any I could.
Absolutely.
They are happy to bestow these gifts to you for what you have done, and for the promise of your continued support and your continued assistance in the problems that plague all of Druskenwald.
We will be there.
It'll be a mighty momentous occasion, that's for sure.
I'm gonna be normal. I'm gonna be able to taste food.
We will feast.
I'm gonna not have Virgil around no more. That'll be nice, I guess.
We will embrace that change.
You have us, Jerry. You don't need him around.
That's right. It is awful terrible hearing the constant mutterings and jabberings and horrible incantations and screeching and cawing and flapping. The endless shrieks of the abyss. Even if it has gotten a bit quieter lately.
That may be very scary. I imagine that even if it feels like the right thing for you, Jericho, that it is still filled with doubt. We will be your friends through this process. I will.
Thanks, Miss Lethica. I also feel like Virgil's ready too. I don't know why.
You know, he's probably ready to move on. Be trapped in something else for a change.
Are you feeling better, reassured, at the very least?
Oh, I knew old Philly had us covered. I didn't doubt for a second. Told you.
There is one thing to feel, to have faith, and quite another to see it. I feel blessed, knowing that tonight, that bell will be in my hands.
Well, in a few days.
Yes, not tonight, but at the masquerade, yes.
Apologies. I thought this was tonight.
No, it's like I said,
Dinner
birthdays
and
on
then
Saturday,
birthday.
everybody
Yeah.
doing
No,
it.
I'm back.
Thursday and Friday. Yeah, give it a Thursday and Friday.
She
That
reaches
in
up,
only a few nights.
and she reaches up, and you see that she has a pearl earring that she holds onto tightly. It seems that Our Lady of the Evening has arisen and is feeling peckish. So, I will allow you a few more moments here with these artifacts. I will wait to the side, and then I will escort you to dinner.
Thank you, my lady.
I feel like I've had enough time. I'll wait out. I'll wait outside and look at the nice Terraskew skeleton or whatever's out there.
And there's a huge Terraskew skeleton.
I just wanted to say Terraskew.
You go out there and there's a pedestal with a small, it looks like a small wooden rhino token. You just start staring at it. That's interesting.
There's this really interesting wooden board game called Jumanji.
Oh. I'll wait outside. I follow quickly after her and I'll watch her leave. And I'll just kind of.
What do we do about the artifacts for Yogi and Farron?
Will they be given away?
She has stepped out of the room.
Yeah, she's gone.
She's given you time to...
Do you think that we will be given them?
I mean, it's not for ours to take. I hate to say.
It's remarkable for you to say, but I agree.
I mean, you're part of our crew.
They were sacred to our two friends. And they should be here. They should be protected in this amazing vault.
You're right, I agree. Even if he does try to give them to us, I think we ask him to keep them here.
You did pass Cotillion.
I did pass Cotillion. I did.
I can't believe that I am looking at it now. For more than a century? Longer, perhaps. I have sought the thing that I stand now only feet from. It fills me with energy, with purpose.
How are you feeling? You have faith?
What?
I mean, it's right there. You and I, we're not going to be cursed anymore. Just a couple more days.
Yes, Briggsy. I fear... The cup is not for me. The cup is for my kingdom. Even though I worry that King Victor is gone, the kingdom still stands and the kingdom needs the cup. If I am lucky, perhaps I'll be able to use it when all is said and done, and I may finally have peace.
You're not going to drink from it, like, immediately?
I worry what would happen if I do.
Oh, like... I think you've mentioned this before, like you'll just age all of a sudden like 100 fucking years and die?
What are the chances that I would retain this youthful form?
Maybe the curse like hit pause. Like, oh, he's a young lad, pause. Young vampire, young vampire for like, I don't know, however long you've been around and a vampire. And then the second you drink from the cup, you just hit unpause and you still got, 7 to 10 decades left.
If that were the case, so be it. Unfortunately, there's much work to be done. And if I were to return back to being a simple human, not only would I not be much use to all of you, I might even get in your way.
I have heard of the stories. You were quite a skilled swordsman even before the curse. You were a dashing knight, were you not?
Something like that.
Do you think that Lathander would not guide you? Not make the right choice? If you were suddenly robbed of your life and your youth and your power because you drank from his grail, would that not be what is intended?
I think the gods are not here, Lethica.
Well, don't say that. I mean, we know they are. We know there are gods around.
I know that they are.
I mean, we got Shaw, we got Lathander, we got Foltis, we got Mother Night. I mean, that's at least, what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's at least 4 of them.
Her voice has been muted for me, but I do not believe that we are totally alone.
I don't hear Lathander at all, and I haven't for quite some time. I fear that I've lost him, or he's lost me.
No. Look, don't say that. Mary, come on. What do they say? The gods work in mysterious ways. They give the greatest challenges to the strongest champions and all that. I mean, this is probably what this is. He's just testing you. Same with all the knightly virtues and all that you went on a quest for. This is just another one.
The point remains. I will retrieve the chalice. I will slaughter these filthy witches. I will go home to whatever's left of my kingdom. Fix all of this.
That's right. You and I, fully uncursed, we're gonna share a drink. And it's gonna feel fucking good.
Maybe we'll all see Galtica yet.
That's right. And we can put on suits and talk like lobster mobsters. Oh, I can't wait. Okay. I'm ready to eat. Let's go.
And I'll run off to Jericho.
Jericho, roll a perception check for me, please.
Maybe they got a plaque on Tia Matthew. I've never seen all 5 Matthew heads all in one place. Perception, you said? 18.
You all meet up in the main portion of what is clearly Philip's prize collection, and the woman leading you here, the marionette woman leading you here, motions for you to exit and to make haste, and you all do as you're making your way once again down the long corridor. You notice that the lantern, that the sconces are snuffing out behind you as you move. And darkness is now encasing this room that you had been in as you make your way down the hall, then up the spiral staircase, in through the study, and making your way towards the dining hall. You're all brilliantly dressed, looking perfect for dinner. And you think back, Jericho, to everything that you had seen and all of the amazing artifacts, the sculpture of Tia Matthew, the skeleton of the Tarasque, the 6 artifacts that belonged to you. And something isn't quite able to leave your brain. And it was how extravagant everything was, except for one lone showcase that was against the wall that contained what seemed to you just normal, everyday things. And it drew your attention because of the weathered cowboy hat that was affixed in the very center, 2 strange-looking pistols mounted beneath it, a varying array of other things around it. But all of them together and used, worn, none of them beautiful and golden and spectacular the way everything else was, but clearly on display in some way. And it reminded you a lot of where you came from. You'd seen many people wearing hats like that, and you knew they weren't all that special or all that valuable. And you think about that a lot as you make your way through this place. And it makes you feel that, you know, you felt that way sometimes, like you're a little worn and a little used, and maybe not just a regular old Jericho, but that there can be value found in pretty much anything. And it leaves you with a warm feeling in your heart as you are led towards the dining room, and the doors open up for you as you spill in, and you find that it is not just Adella who's here in the dining room with you. There are tons of people here, all sitting and chatting, not at all like Cotillion had shown you. They're all being loud, and you see a gentleman at one end of the table who's got his feet kicked up on the table. Nowhere do you see Philip, but Adella's at the very head of it, dressed to the nines, glittering in the candlelight, and in the light of the chandelier as she holds her deck of Taroka cards out. Finishing up a reading, she looks up as she sees you, and she squeals as she bounces down the table. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. Ava, thank you so much for bringing him in. And that's where we'll end the session.
Holy hell!